I don't physically know how I'm going to get through this. I've lost over $1,000 of inventory to damage. There's nobody here. There are about 12 crocheters. Ants crawling up my legs, across my feet. I would not last a literal second in the Renaissance era. Look at this huge storm cell coming our way. They required that we shut it down by 4 p.m. before a tornado touches down. Oh my God, I just stepped on a worm. It is a downpour. This is what the inside of our booth looks like this morning. Nobody's coming. No, nobody wants to be here. Help! This might be my biggest fail of a market ever. Good morning. It is day one of Renaissance Festival. We're about 10 minutes away from the venue area out here in rural Indiana. And it was a long drive this morning. We live a little over an hour away. So we had to wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning. My eyelids are very heavy, especially wearing makeup. I thought that I might not put on makeup today, but I figured if nothing else, it's at least sun protection. I think it's going to be really pretty today. It is going to be hot and humid though. Well, not really hot. It's going to be like 79 degrees, but we had a storm last night, so it is very, very humid. So I wasn't sure if I was going to put on makeup, but I did because it has sunscreen in it. So also an attempt was made on the hair, but it's kind of a failed attempt because I washed my hair last night. My hair is very, very thick, and so it did not dry all the way, so I couldn't really curl it this morning, but that's fine because it's going to be humid anyways. It's probably not going to hold curl anyways. Also, as you can see, I am not dressed up this morning in my Renaissance garb. That is because this is a 3-day market and it is supposed to rain a little bit today, but we also of course have setup this morning. Tomorrow it's going to be pouring rain all day long, but then Sunday it's supposed to be really nice. It's supposed to be like 60 degrees and clear skies. So I am saving my Renaissance outfit for day 3 because I'm not going to have time to wash it in between the days. Also, it's pretty much like a ball gown, so I don't want to wear it when it's too hot or humid or raining because I don't want it to get like ruined. It's actually the dress that I wore for Celeste's baby shower, so it means a lot to me. I don't want to ruin it in the rain. So today and tomorrow I'm just wearing regular clothes. Today Ryan and I are wearing our matching Celestial Homebody market shirts that I always wear from markets. As you can see, we have the car packed full. I got all my plushies right there. Ryan feels like we're forgetting something, so we'll see when we get there if I am forgetting something. I mean, as long as I have tables and my plushies, that's really like the bare minimum, which I know that I have those 2 things. So we'll see if we left something at home accidentally. We will be going back and forth from home every day for this market. Look at how pretty this is. Love all the trees. Sorry, the windshield is so dirty. That is from Paisley. Can you see Paisley's snoot marks? It is currently 8:03 a.m. and we are supposed to be completely set up by 10 because that is when this first day opens. Actually, I think every day is 10 to 6:30. So very, very long days. I am so tired. We're gonna see if I can make it through the day without a coffee or something. Hopefully we don't have to park too far away. I have a feeling that we're going to be on grass, which is because it stormed last night, so the grass is probably going to be very wet and muddy, so not good to walk in. Also, the my little cart that I have, that I put all of my totes and whatnot in, it's not going to roll very well on wet, soggy grass. So hopefully we don't have to park too far away. Yes, I see it. Oh my gosh, it's so sunny and the windows are so dirty. But here we are at Swifty Farms in southern Indiana, Seymour, Indiana to be exact. And I see tents over there, so it looks like we're in the right place. If the sign that said Southern Indiana Renaissance Festival was not evident enough. Oh look, there's a horse. Look at, he's a greeter. Hey buddy. I'm wondering what the bathroom situation is going to be like because I have to pee so bad because it was a very long drive. I'm imagining it's going to be porta potties since this is on a farm. I doubt that they have any permanent fixtures, but it's very pretty. The grass is green. Smells like horses. There's all the tents over there. So it took us a while to find where to check in, but we're here at check-in. There are porta potties. Look at how pretty this is. Look at this pond. And this house over here looks like a castle. This is like a little enchanted forest area. But look at the butterfly sculpture. That's so pretty. Very, very scenic. So we're just waiting for the event organizer to come and check us in. And it does not look like my spot is going to be ideal, unfortunately. It looks like I'm kind of on the backside of all of the other tents. So hopefully that doesn't affect business too bad, but we'll see when we get over there. It's also very muddy. So right here it's pavement. But when you get to where all of the vendor tents are, just a little ways down the road, it is incredibly muddy. I am wearing my Birkenstocks today, so we'll see how that goes. Look at how muddy it is. Hopefully this doesn't affect business. So because it's taken so long to get checked in, it is already 8:30 and we need to get the car out by 9. They said do not drive in there unless you have four-wheel drive because it is very muddy, and the last thing that we need this morning is for our car to get stuck, but we do have four-wheel drive. So we're gonna give it a shot, and hopefully the car doesn't get stuck. The crafty goblin. So I know that there is another crocheter in that mushroom tent right there, and we are right here. We're not across from each other. Her booth is facing the other direction, but this is home sweet home. The grass is really long, and I'm allergic to grass, and I'm wearing open-toed shoes, so hopefully that does not cause me issues. It's not very muddy over here, but the grass is definitely wet and getting my feet wet, so as long as we don't have any issues with like wind blowing the plushies over, then we shouldn't have a problem. And bugs as well. Bugs crawling all over my legs I am not looking forward to, but I gotta help Ryan unload the car because we need to get the car out into the parking lot within the next 20 minutes, and then we'll come back and set everything up. It's very bright right here, but I'm going to attempt to get some setup footage. Figured out what we forgot. Chairs. We have no place to sit. This is going to be a very, very long day without any chairs. Alright, I'm going to have to ask my mom if she can come. She was already going to come today anyways and bring the baby by, but I'm going to have to ask her to come earlier so that she can bring our little camping chairs. They probably wanted to fit in the car anyway, so we would have had to lighten the load a little bit. Also, this is the first and only market that I've ever done that requires that you bring a fire extinguisher. So I'm happy that we remembered this because they said that they will kick you out if you don't have one. So here it is. And there was a casualty. The sand that was wet apparently crushed my box for my banner and got it wet. Fortunately, it is a vinyl banner, so it should be okay, except now it might be creased. Oh, I just poked myself in the eye. Yes, it is creased. Darn it. So far, not so good. All right, Ryan's going to take the car and run up to Walmart. So it's just you and I right now while I finish setting up. I don't know if I'm really going to be able to get a good video of this. Oh, zooming in on Ryan's butt. Sorry, that's not what you asked for. I already have bugs crawling all over my stuff. I'm exhausted. This is why I didn't dress up today, because I am perspirating a lot, doing a lot of squats, you know. Didn't want to get sweat all over my pretty dress. So here are my little dragons that I need to hang. So I'm gonna get all of these hung, and then I can raise the tent so I don't have to keep ducking. Hopefully that holds up there. It might, the dragon might slip on it, and then it'll look like he's ziplining. Here's what the outside of the tent is looking like so far. All my little flying dragons. Also, it feels very like Scottish weather today. It's humid because it's Midwest USA, but the sky definitely looks UK. Does it not, my UK friends? Also, there's the other plushie vendor. So she has like a completely open stall, so we are right across from each other. But the location is not as bad as I thought. First of all, it's not muddy right here, which is good. And also, that is like the main stage. I think it's the main stage. It is a stage. So hopefully people will be coming, you know, through this little alleyway right here. Almost nobody else is here yet. And I still have a lot of work to do, so I gotta stop yapping and get going. I also might have to move the dragons if it starts raining or if it's really windy, which it will be tomorrow, but for today we'll leave them up there. Ants are already crashing my picnic. There we go. Swag. My hair's getting flippy. This is what happens when it's humid. It starts doing a Faire faucet. Bungee cords are such a great invention. That looks great. Okay, I can finally raise the tent up. Oh my gosh, look at the sun shining on my dragons. Look at them glistening in the sunlight. I have these pretty things, but I'm gonna wait to put them up until I get the plushies out, and Ryan's here to help me because I don't need the wind blowing in, them all getting tangled. I did bring this solar battery fan. This is gonna feel good right about now. It doesn't blow very well. That's what she said. Well, that's what he said. Yeah, it's not blowing great. It's making a lot of noise for not doing a lot of blowing. I definitely feel like the tent goes one higher. If it doesn't, I'm gonna need to retie these dragons so they're not hanging so low.
I'm wrong about that.
Well, it's 10 o'clock, so we're officially open, and this is the state of things. Ryan is back, but I got to put my little dragon eggs in there. All my dolls are going to go here. He's setting up another little thing over there for me. Look at my little checkout area. How fancy is this? All right, I need to stop talking, put down the camera, and finish setting up. Guys, I made a friend. This is Becca. Isn't she beautiful? So she is another crochet artist. So we're gonna come check out her wares. And what's your company name?
Sparkles and Faye.
That's adorable.
Thank you. It's a whole vibe.
You seem like a Sparkles kind of gal.
Yeah, somebody asks me all the time, are you Faye? I'm like, no, I'm Sparkles.
Look at the wings. Oh my gosh. Oh, I love all your greenery too. You did such a good job.
There's flowers inside the tent as well.
This has got to be the big twist. Is this the big twist fur? Girl, I stocked up on that stuff before Joanne's one.
I went
Did you have to buy it like on the black market? Oh my gosh, the unicorn turtle. Stop. That's so cute. You put blush on everything like I do too.
And everything that's unicorn, I use the sparkle yarn so that like it's
yes.
super
It
magical.
glistens, of course. Like me, I always say I sparkle in the moon or in the sunlight because I'm so fair.
Yeah.
Oh, these are, so this is your pattern, you said?
Yeah.
Okay, are you,
And the little ones too.
do you sell on Etsy?
I sell on Etsy. I haven't sold my pattern yet though. I haven't
Okay.
tested it yet.
Okay, well let me know if you want to
I've
test
been
her.
making it for like a year. I haven't written it out for people yet.
I do like, so they can like sit. That's awesome.
I'll show you.
Oh my gosh, look at him.
He's got thighs.
He's
Look at
got
him.
thunder thighs like me. Cute. Oh, you do resin stuff too? Very
Because
nice.
I like glitter.
Well, I could tell by your shop name. Oh, I'm glad I didn't do any possums, so we don't have the same thing. Oh my gosh, look at these little guys. Oh, they have the poppy heads. Oh, those are fun. Here's some market dust for both of us that we do well. Well, I got to show you guys my setup because it's finally done. Well, thank you so much for showing us your booth here. Let me get her banner. Sparkles and Faye. There's her little link tree. If you want to check her out, maybe one day she'll give us her mushy boy pattern. I'm sure we're going to have people asking about it. Okay, we're going to hold you to it. All right, of course. All right, so here is my booth. Oh, we got to pull that, Ryan, we got to pull that down because you can see all the body bags under there. There's my beautiful assistant. So here we have our Adopt a Creature sign, and up front we've got our kittens and bugs, all of our dragons that are not hanging, as well as our little Pegasi and sea monsters. Let's go over here. Up here we have the Junimo. I need to erase this down arrow. That was from Comic-Con. But we have our dragon eggs, and then here are all of our little adoptable unicorns, all of my keychains, and then all of these little acrylic tubs with their signs. Up here we have all of the dolls, which I need to change the price on. They're all $150, but I'm going to change them down to $99. All of my prices, by the way, are from Comic-Con, and my convention prices are always higher than regular markets because the booth fee is greater. Over here we have Chad, my troll, and little wizard frog, and then my little booty Gudetama, my checkout station. This is Ryan's little area with the mushroom bookmarks and positive pets. We've got our leggy frogs and some snugglers over here in this little basket. Then on this side we have Giant Toothless. He's hanging down. And this little playful dragon, Mushy Boy, of course. I'm gonna be so sad if Mushy Boy does not sell, you guys. We have our chicken nuggets and chickens over here, as well as our Kirby's and dumpster fires, and our pickle jar. This was a long-awaited pickle jar, so hopefully the pickles actually sell. Here we have our Zelda dragon, and then this little spinny rack with all of my hanging pets and dice bags. Ryan made most of those dice bags, so we'll see how these do. This little stand is a little wiggly. And then, of course, we have the flying dragons. So I have yet to put up the little sparkly curtain, so I need to do that. And then we're going to be ready for showtime. It is currently 11 o'clock. We have been setting up since, what time, 8:20 or so? So it took that long to set up. So hopefully we have a good weekend. This is a little scary with the weather. Right now it's really sunny and pretty out, but it is humid. Tomorrow it's supposed to downpour. So I'm going to need to put up the tent walls and then bring all of these tables in, because as you can see, they are sticking out of the tent just a little bit. So send me market dust, you guys. Send me market dust and sunshine and rainbow thoughts, please. We made some friends. Our booth neighbors are awesome. Here, you don't want to talk about it? Would you like to say hello to the people?
How's it going?
Let's go see what wares we have over here. What are these? Is this like Reese's Puffs?
He's a cereal cup.
Is it seriously Reese's Puffs?
It's Reese's Puffs Minis.
I love it. I love how you just say, if it can be encased in resin, it shall be encased in resin. Oh, that's beautiful.
Somebody put something in his noodle.
I love that. Do you have any more flower ones?
Oh, that's the only one I got. That is actually a little bit difficult to make.
I'm sure it is.
Butthead. He's definitely the most gruesome dude on my table.
Yes.
And then this guy is the same thing, but he's got coffee in him, so it's my great uncle's breakfast.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so you said that your sister does all of the crochet.
So you got
Look at the panda.
If she's got a
Wow.
pattern for it, she can make it. She's a very pattern-oriented person.
Yes.
She can't really make her own, unfortunately.
I'm the opposite. I mostly freehand stuff on a hope and a prayer. That's so cute.
Crochet the only 4 applique ones. The rest of them are just regular.
Oh my goodness, those
Then
take
we got
so much time. The fingerless gloves.
The dragon
and-
scale fingerless gloves.
Cool.
Those
Ooh,
are-
I love that
those are
yarn.
ridiculous.
We also have towel holders over there, I
Joanne's
see.
yarn.
Look
She
at
wanted to make them
Ryan
nerdy, so
over
you got
there.
all the nerdy ones up there for Christmas.
We love the nerdy stuff. Well, I am sprinkling market dust on you
Thank you.
and on me as well, that we have a good market.
The odds be ever in our favor.
That's right. It is currently 11:30. We have had like 2 groups of lookers, no sales yet. Hopefully the little sound area over there is not going to be an issue with copyright stuff. How's the makeup holding? Every single time I flip the camera around. How's the makeup holding up? This is in 4K, which is a little scary that you guys are seeing me this up close and personal. Oh, there's something happening over there. There's a little stadium. Maybe, what's over there? Do you know? That's the joust, he says. So we might have to go see the joust, but I'm not gonna walk over there right now because my mom is coming with the baby. So I gotta get in my baby snuggles and kisses. I miss her so much. I'm going to put my hair back up and cool down a little bit and drink some water because hydrate or dihydrate. It's currently noon. We have had 0 sales. I know she just made a sale, so good for her. There's like 2 whole people here. I'm not feeling super optimistic, you guys. I've heard Friday is slow compared to tomorrow, but we'll see. I don't know. I feel like just discouraged just because it's so much to set this up. And like there's a lot of stuff on my table, you guys. I way over prepared. I don't know what I was thinking really, but there's a lot of stuff out here, so hopefully it's not like too much that it's a lot for the eyes, you know, but it's hard to make the choice of what you want to set out and what you don't want to set out because you want something for everybody. The chickens are already getting a lot of attention. I know that you saw I put the chicken nuggets next to the chickens, which is a little cryptic, but it is what it is. Pickles have already gotten some attention. The pickle jar. Yeah, Ryan went to the car to lay down for a little bit because he has a really bad headache, so we need to get that situation taken care of. He popped some Tylenol and is laying down. So I am getting hungry though. It is lunchtime, so when he gets back, I need to go look around and see what the options are for food. And Mom and Celeste are gonna be here any minute, so maybe I'll go walk around with them and I'll take you guys with me and we can go see what other wares people have. I do know that that way is another crochet booth, so I don't know if it's just the 3 of us. We'll go check it out though. So I need to plug in my camera though because my battery is already almost dead. All right, the hubs is back. I'm snacking on some sour cream and onion Pringles and kiwi strawberry ice. Nutrition. Let's see if I can do this. Quack, quack. We're getting a little windy. I'm sorry, I was just talked with my mouth full. That was rude of me. It's windy. The tent is shaking. If the tent comes a rockin', don't come knocking. We just made our first sale finally 2.5 hours after open. I sold a Pokeball for $15, so I guess lunch is covered. Well, probably not, because food trucks are very expensive. So it is very slow. As you can see, there is absolutely nobody here. Not a soul in sight, except for the other vendors, which is a little sad. But I guess it is Friday, so everybody's at work or at school. It's gonna be a very long day. It's the baby, it's the baby. So my mom's here and she said that the signage is awful. So that could contribute to people like not knowing where to go to park. She had to drive around for a while to figure out where to go because we're out in the country with little one-way lane roads, you know. But now that they're here, I think we're gonna go walk around, maybe see what there is to do, what there is to eat. Apparently there is a Scotch egg food vendor, so I know what Ryan's eating for lunch because he loves eggs and deep fry them and cover them in, what is it, sausage? He's down. So I think I'll take you guys around with me because it is still completely dead, completely vacant. Well,
And muddy.
and yes, and very muddy. So yeah, let's go see what's up. Celeste wants everything on this table. She was very intrigued by the pickle jar. Yeah, you want that pickle jar, huh? All right, we're leaving Ryan to man the booth. There's my friend. Hello. Thank you. We're braving the big wide world. Look at this tent. We got some swords and katanas.
Captain's got a sword.
I like the little mushroom tent tops. Those are fun.
Not realizing. Whoops.
You're gonna win the Dundee for whitest tennis shoes, but not after this. I'm wearing open-toed Birkenstock, so and I'm allergic to grass, so I might be getting a little rashy and itchy. Okay, wait, we got some more people out here on this like main strip, and it looks like the mud has gone, which is nice. Which way should we go? Well, it looks like there's another crochet vendor. Hello, good day. Hero of the time doesn't pay the bills. If only it did. I spotted Gandalf in the wilderness. Look at him, there he is in the wild. Unless that's not Gandalf, in which case that would be awkward. Maybe he's just a wizard. Gandalf has a long beard.
Long beard.
Yes.
Dressed all in gray.
Yes, because he's called Gandalf the Grey. Yeah.
Okay. It's just the hat is what did it, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a cool hat.
Is that handmade?
Yeah, it is. There's
Holy
a guy
cow.
on Etsy that makes them.
It wasn't Gandalf, it was just a druid. But look at how pretty that lake is.
See, that's what I wanted in my backyard.
Oh, that looks so refreshing right now. Look at how stunning this house is too. Is this a house?
Unless they're using it for events or something.
It's so pretty. Yeah, it might be like a wedding venue. All right, so we got Hoosier minis, some donuts over there. And we got another coffee truck maybe?
Boba.
Oh, it's Boba!
Boba bun.
Oh my goodness, well we're gonna have to come back when they're open. I don't know that they're gonna be open today. Apparently, some things are only here for Saturday and Sunday and they don't come on Friday. This is the only Friday amongst all the 5 weekends that is open. Normally it's just Saturday and Sunday. Look at their cosplays.
It's look great. So good.
The wind is making me look like Dwight Schrute. Mom says hi. we're just doing a little walkabout here. This house is so pretty. It's definitely giving UK vibes. So there's a cockatoo show happening in about 15 minutes up here. I didn't think to bring my sunglasses. Fortunately, it's not too crazy bright right now. And it's really unfortunate that there is no hand washing stations. They have the porta potties, but sometimes with porta potties, they have like the little portable hand washing stations, and there are none. So that's a little grody when I think about people like not washing their hands and they're getting sweaty and going to the bathroom and then they're touching all of my plushies. I'm just not gonna think about it too much. So that person dressed up as Link back there, who was playing the ocarina, on the tip jar it said ASL. And we asked if they spoke American Sign Language, and they signed yes. So I don't know if they are deaf or just prefer to speak ASL, but I think that that's really awesome.
But my favorite thing about cockatoos is they have their own language. What is your name? Reagan. So if we were cockatoos, I would say Logan, Reagan. They say their name first and the bird they're addressing.
Leave it to mom to strike up a conversation with everybody about everything. My mom and dad had cockatoos like my entire childhood because they were professional magic act on cruise lines. So they're talking cockatoo stuff. The sound of them brings me back to my childhood.
One of them, well, okay, the first one, her name was Heidi. And
Step up, Jazzy. Time to go.
she was 9 months old. She's almost 30, so that's how long.
All right, home sweet home. It looks very dead over here. Toward the front, there was a bunch of people. We just enjoyed the cockatoo show, but Miss Celeste needs to eat. So I'm gonna go back and feed her, and then I think my mom's gonna take off with her. Let's check in with Ryan and see if we've made any sales. So what did we sell?
All right, so we sold one bumblebee keychain for 15 and one pickle for 10.
That's it?
Yes.
Woohoo!
Hey, we're up to 48 now, I think.
Wow.
So, ooh.
No dragons or any of my adoptable critters that I spent so much time on. They are cute. They are bringing people in. People see the dragons and they're like, oh, those are so cool. And then they come in. Some of them are hanging on, like that guy right there. He, I guess he looks like he's flying upwards.
I am the mother of dragons.
I already made.
Did you already do that?
I have the same sense of humor. I made an entire video that I entitled "Mother of Dragons," and it was my face photoshopped onto Daenerys. Yeah. Okay, so while Mom's here, she's manning the tent, and Ryan and I now are gonna go find some food for lunch because it is now 2:30. No, almost 2 o'clock, and we have not eaten any real food outside of Pringles. So we're going to go. Oh yes, that's true. I did have 3 mini donuts. Okay, I guess let's go this way. I wonder how she's doing. I'll go check in with her later. I wonder when they're gonna start another round of music. Let's see, actually. Looks like 12:30, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock. So any minute now they're gonna start. So I mean, hopefully that'll bring some people over here. So here is another plushie vendor. It looks like, is that crocheted stuff? I can't tell, but I do like their tent. Let's go see. It is Two Sisters, Mythical Beasties. We have some tiaras here. You guys, there is nobody here. Look at Ryan's gray hairs flowing in the wind. You see that? He calls himself a silver fox.
True.
Well, we gotta go find those Scotch eggs, my love.
Okay.
Look at us looking like twins.
Yeah.
Although that would be weird if we were twins since we're married.
True.
We don't live in Alabama.
Hello.
Hello!
A little bit of magic.
Another crochet plushie vendor. We've got some beads. Hi, hello. Hi.
And that's next Saturday?
Ooh, they have a double tent. Oh, it's very muddy and it's starting to smell like horse poop over here. This is such a pretty venue. I feel like I've said that a million times already, but they do weddings here. So if you're in the Louisville area or southern Indiana, Swifty Farms, it's very, very beautiful. What do we have here? We've got some corn and lemonade. Ooh, lemonade sounds really good. But we do have a cooler with all of our beverages.
Yeah, I think we have a lemon.
Okay, it looks like we might have some food down here. There's not that many food trucks, honestly.
Yeah, not really.
Yeah.
I got the donuts over there.
Yeah, donuts are over there. So for lunch, I got a loaded mac and cheese, which is just mac and cheese, hot dogs, and crispy onions. So if this isn't the most American dish you've ever seen. Let's do a little taste test, shall we? The hot dog is really good. It was smoked. You see there's smokers back there? So it's very smoky. It's very delicious. Ryan got some chicken nachos.
Spicy barbecue sauce.
He normally doesn't like spicy, but I guess.
I was in a spicy mood today.
Okay, well, do a taste test for us.
Okay.
Are you gonna eat nachos with a knife and fork?
Well, we don't exactly have the best hand
Cleaning.
situation, so this does not feel like a great finger.
A great finger.
Yeah, I don't actually know what I was
Food.
thinking.
Finger food.
Well,
Also, you have a little like white spot on your nose from kissing me because my foundation is so light.
alright, we will do the fingers.
All right, give us a taste test. What do we think? It's smoky, huh? Which makes sense because it was smoked.
True.
Look at this ambiance with the porta potties in the background.
The chicken is very good, and the spicy barbecue, I regret nothing.
Good. Well, let's head back to the tent. In case we make any sales, I want to be there. If we're only going to make 5 sales today, which is looking like is the case, I would like to be there for at least one of them.
I'm just so proud of you. Like, I know that these are stressful when we try to get set up and packing and all of that, but then it's like once we're here, like, there's so much fun, and I just really love being out here with you. And like, I'm just so proud of you because you're my little entrepreneur girl.
Thank you.
I love it.
And you're my unpaid intern.
And I wouldn't trade it for anything.
Okay, it looks like we have maybe some customers. I don't know. Also, I'm so sorry if you hear clanging. It's my wrist strap that's not around my wrist at the moment. Our friend over there is doing really well. I'll have to go check in with her. But what's happening is that people walk around this way and then they go to her first before coming over to me. So a lot of people are showing up at my booth already having purchased crocheted items. And I'm a little pissed off. Not because of the other crocheters, because of the event organizers. Because my mom's trying to get Celeste down for a nap, if you can hear her. She's losing it. I don't blame her though. I'm close to getting there because it is a waste of time driving 3 hours round trip to sit out here in the sun and in the humidity and the heat to make so little money and all this work setting up. It is currently 2:30 and we've made like a total of like $45 in sales and we only have a few hours left. But anyways, I was saying that I'm a little pissed off because I specifically emailed the event organizers back in November. So this is like 6 months ago at this point. And I asked specifically, how many crochet vendors do you have? Because I'm not going to sign up for this. I didn't tell her this, but I was thinking I'm not going to sign up for this event if there's going to be a million other crochet vendors because the competition is fierce. And with a handmade good like this, a lot of people will just buy one and not buy from multiple different artists. And they'll typically buy from the first person that they see, which in this case is not me. So I email and I ask, how many other crochet vendors do you have? And she said, amongst the 5 weekends, we have 2 other crochet vendors. And once I let you in, I won't accept any more crochet vendors. There are like 7 of them here. And so I'm really pissed off about that, because this is a waste of time for me to be here if the market's going to be completely saturated. And yes, we have different stuff from what I've seen, but location, 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 as they say in real estate. And my location is awful. It is not anywhere close to any of the entrances. Like I said, this loop right here, people pass right in front of her tent. And then I'm on like a little alleyway, if you will, because the big loop goes around on that side. So I'm getting no traffic over here, and when I do, they're coming straight from her tent already having purchased things. And it's like, I did not have as high hopes for an event like this compared to a convention, just because a convention is 1 weekend only. This is 5 weekends. So all of the patrons that come to a Renaissance festival, this one in particular, have all of the weekends to choose from. It's not a mass sum of people at one specific time, if that makes sense. Celeste is over there playing with my dragons. Hey, you're supposed to be napping.
No, eating the merchandise.
She's trying to eat the merchandise. You're so cute. You're so cute. I love you so much. Well, anyways, it's very bright out here, so I'm very squinty today. Ryan finished his nachos. They were good.
Very good.
I did not finish all of mine. I am full. I ate, I don't know, maybe half of it. And lunch was really expensive. It was $30 for the both of us. I would have rather gone to like Red Lobster or something for that much. But that's like all the profits from today too, which isn't even profit, because I have a $125 booth fee plus gas to get here and home. So, all right, I gotta go play with the baby because she's being cute. I'll check in with you guys in a little bit. Let's see how Chad's hair is holding up here. It's getting a little wavy, just like mine does when it's humid. Just at the tips there.
Just the tip.
Just the tip is getting wavy. The table looks pretty much no different than it did when we first set up. Let's take a look out here. So there are a few people way over yonder. There's a joust going on right now. And there's nobody. There's nobody here. We're taking a family trip over to the jousting. Hopefully I remember to blur Celeste's face. Yeah, so this is what I mean. So this is like the main circle, if you will. So when people are walking this way, my tent is completely blocked, and you can see hers. So yeah, nobody is going down that little aisle. You can see the curvature of the road there. But let's go see. There's some people riding horses, so maybe that'll cheer me up. This breeze feels so good. Oh!
We got the smaller piece of that. I think I will give that game.
I see a Scottish flag.
Closing remarks as we close out.
Oh, I see Welsh flag. Oh, I see a lot of different United Kingdom flags.
Worthy to a job!
He is adorning an entire set of armor, metal armor. That's gotta be hot. Also, I met my exercise and movement goal for the day, so that's something, if nothing else.
All right, who thinks Commander Vane is going to win this job? Oh, there we go. Broken lances. Looks like we have a touch and lance from Sir Edward Point. Hey,
It would be a lot more fun if it was real swords.
Knights come about. At the ready! Georgia! There we go. Now some broken lances.
I had turned the resolution down so that I would have more storage space, so now I turned it back up to 4K, so, and 60 frames, so this should be real smooth for you guys and high def. Here we go. So if we're pretending like we're everybody else walking around here, which is nobody, but we're walking, we see the other crocheters' tent. Right at the end, there's another crocheter's tent, and mine is squeezed back there. Can you see it? Looks like somebody's gonna start singing, so at least we'll have some music to serenade us. Home sweet home. It is currently almost 3 o'clock. We're done at 6:30, so just a few more hours. I mean, the tent does look cute. It looks very colorful. There's Grandma sitting over there. Well, you are Grandma.
No, that's not my name.
Would you rather me say Karen?
Grand K.
Grand K?
Grand
Like
K.
Special K?
Like Special K. I'm just the grandmother version. That's what she said.
I didn't look at the radar, but I'm just going around. I've just taken it upon myself to be
I heard
town
it's
crier.
coming from south.
And there's tornadoes in Kentucky, so if it's coming from south, that's what's coming.
There's tornadoes.
Okay. Well,
Don't. Just don't.
Breaking news, we are ending at 4, so that's in an hour because there's a severe thunderstorm and potential tornadoes coming. So we got to break all this down. I am very nervous about leaving the tent overnight. Just imagine we come back tomorrow and the tent is just gone. We're packing up all the plushies though. Hang on, my friend's here. What's up?
Is your tent staked down?
It is, and there's weighted. It's weighted. Why?
Say, like, I did it all 5 weekends last year, and like, I have it staked down, weighted, and then I have the rope.
Yeah.
And I left it here for the entire weekend.
Okay. No issues? Okay.
But we did have a few tents last year that died. So if you're not comfortable with it, then you can definitely take it home. I'm not taking mine.
I mean, I'm definitely going to drop it. Do you drop your tent?
Yeah, to halfway.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
then just put all the plushies away, bring the tables in as much as possible, and just secure it.
Okay. If anything, I might just put all of the stuff in the body bags and then take all the plushies home, but then leave all the setup stuff.
Yeah.
I might do that.
So I'm just gonna
Yeah.
pop them in there under the
Well, we
table.
have the wagon, but it's so muddy. I don't want to bring that out here. We're going to have to carry all of them.
Because it's been sunny all day. So
Okay, well, let's stop jibber jabbering and let's get breaking down here because now I'm scared. Thank you for letting us know. Yeah. So they not just recommended, they required that we shut it down by 4 p.m. before a tornado touches down or the thunderstorm cloud comes by. It's looking blue skies right now, but it's the Midwest, so it can literally be here within 10 minutes. So they are just shutting down the entire festival 2.5 hours early. We have our first dragon adopter, and look, it matches her. Look at how cute she looks.
Both your wings. So
Let's see.
There we go.
She was so sweet, and she gave me a sun catcher. Oh my gosh. Okay, that made my day. It made the whole day worth it, even though I only made like 50 bucks. I don't care. And we're having to clean up early. Yeah, Ryan's working on packing up. I have got the body bags out. This was a lot of work. This was like 4 hours of setup work just to tear it down. I think we're going to leave the tent up and then just drop it, but it makes me just a smidgen worried if we're getting like severe weather. I'm going to leave the dragons inside hanging, but I did cut down the ones that were along the outside because we'll put the walls up. We do have 3 walls, right, Ryan? 3 more walls? Okay. All right. What's your...
I can't find the stakes. Although, I may have put them with the sides in the car. So,
Okay.
Okay. That'll help.
We gotta find the stakes because otherwise the tent's coming down if they're not staked down. They also have sandbag weights, so hopefully that'll do the trick. On the bright side, my sign has straightened up because it's so humid. You can still see some creases, but it's looking pretty good. Here we go, breaking down. She's also breaking down over there. I think tomorrow, oh my gosh, there's a puppy. I think tomorrow I'm gonna see if she wants to do a crochet trade because I would love to have something of hers and maybe she wants something of mine and then we can trade, and I think that would be a lot of fun. Also, there are bugs over everything. Ants crawling up my legs, across my feet. Ugh. Don't enjoy this at all. I'm very excited to go home and take a shower. And on the bright side, we're going to be home earlier tonight. Oh, my phone's ringing. Hang on. So my mom just called, and as she was walking out, she talked to another vendor who like works for the actual festival, and they were like, why is everybody leaving? And she said, because we were told that you need to leave by 4. And he was like, I think that there was miscommunication, because that's not the case. But at this point, I mean, we still have blue skies, but I mean, the storm cloud can come any second, and everybody is gone now. Like, all of the tents are closed up or actively being closed up. So there's not going to be anybody here to shop anyways. Not that there was to begin with, but you guys, this is not a good start to the weekend. Both Ryan and I took off work today for this. This might be my biggest fail of a market ever. So new development, we apparently only have 3 tent sides, not 4. So what we're doing is using the banner as the 4th side. We'll drop the tent to half height, just keep everything away from that side and hope and pray for the best. That took a long time to undo everything that we spent so long doing. This is how we're gonna leave it overnight. Hopefully the dragons don't get wet. We were told by a vendor friend to take the tablecloths off because they will be wet in the morning. So we gotta put this last side up and then drop it down. Okay, it is exactly 4 o'clock and tent is down. This side over here is open, but we picked up everything that could get moist or water damage onto the tables, and only like the plastic stuff is touching the ground. Our wonderful vendor neighbor said that if there is a side up here when we come tomorrow, it's because he put a side up for us. He's awesome. He's given us all the tips.
Totally didn't do anything.
He's given us all the tips, all the help. As you can see, there is not another soul here besides the 3 of us, and the sky is getting dark. So right on schedule. We've got all of our plushies here, so we're gonna head out, and I think I'm going to do a recap every day. So instead of doing it at the end of the video, in the car on the way home, I will recap for you. So I'm so sorry if you do not like car talks, but in honor of my own time, so I don't have to sit down and film it when I get home and I can just shower and snuggle my baby, I'm gonna do it in the car on the hour ride home. So I will see you in a little bit. We had a casualty. We are heading out, and right here at the entrance there is a plushie vendor. I am really upset, you guys. And again, just to be clear, I'm not mad at other crocheters because I think that it's an art for everyone and it's fun, and I don't blame people for wanting to sell their crochet. Not mad at them. I am upset with the event organizers that we almost lost everything again.
Alright, wait until you, there you go.
There we go. There was a hump. There was a lovely lady lump.
Hold on. Okay.
We don't want to lose the cash box, that'd be bad. Anyways, I'm upset with the event organizers that I specifically asked how many crocheters there were going to be, and they just kept letting people in, even though I was explicitly told after you were not letting any more in, because this has not been worth the time. And like I said, both Ryan and I both took off work today, so that's a couple $100 that we missed out on working. I could have just not done Friday, I think. I don't know. Oh, hey, look, there are the fairies that bought my dragon. And there's some singing happening over here, so there's a few lone souls left. And there's the cockatoo guy. We're walking down a hill, so I gotta put the camera down and focus on my task at hand. Okay, one more clip before the car of this adorable little dog. Look at his little happy tail. Here's the rain. We're feeling big fat drops. Okay, we got out of there not a moment too soon because it is raining now. Not too hard yet. We just stopped for a little snack on the way home. I got a taquito thing from the gas station. So let's do a recap for today before we get on the, are we taking the freeway or are we taking back roads?
Like state routes.
Okay. Well, before we get on the road and we have a bunch of background noise. So today I sold a Pokeball for $15, a golden snitch for $8, a bee keychain for $15, a pickle for $10, and a baby dragon for $25. So today I made a total of $73, and then we spent $30 on lunch. So total today was $43. And I can't say if like my prices are too high or anything like that, because it was just so dead. Like you guys saw, there was nobody there. I was not at the booth the entire time, but would you say, Ryan, that like maybe half of the people who came bought something? Maybe a little less than half?
Yeah, less than half. Because the problem is that there was a lot of groups because it was student day. So there was like one like teacher chaperone person with like 6 children. So technically total people much less than half. But like if you count the whole group as one kid, because
and a lot of the kids were there without their parents, so they didn't have any money to spend. We got asked probably at least 4 times if we had anything for $1. And I was like, did your parents just send you with $1 thinking you were going to buy something here? Like, who here is selling anything for $1? And one kid apparently asked Ryan if they could do a trinket trade. And Ryan goes, no, I'm sorry. And he goes, that's fine. I don't have any trinkets anyways. So what was he going to do if Ryan had said yes? I don't know. But, yeah, today was not great. Ryan is optimistic for this weekend, though. He said that Saturday and Sunday he feels good about. I'm very happy that I did not dress up today because, as you can tell from the hair that's been up pretty much all day, out of my face, off my neck, it was just so humid today. Sunday it's supposed to be like 52 degrees, so I might even be a little chilly. But in my long floor length ball gown, I'm sure it'll be fine if my legs are covered. So yeah, I don't know about today, you guys. It's really discouraging to have the first day of a market go so poorly. This is the least I have made at a market ever in the history. And this has been so anticipated, which I think does not help the sting of not doing well, because you guys know I have had this event on my calendar. I was accepted way back in November, so it's like all this time, all these months of prepping for it. I have so much inventory, thinking that I'm going to be vending at Indiana's largest Renaissance festival, which it is branded that. But I don't know. Based on today, I'm not thinking that it's Indiana's largest Renaissance fair. I'm thinking it's Indiana's rainiest, no food truckiest, no customerist Renaissance fair in Indiana. So we'll see. Yes, there was one donut food truck, there was the corn and lemonade food truck, and then the little pulled pork thing where we got lunch. That was the only places to eat. You would expect a little bit more for Indiana's largest Renaissance fair. You can tell I'm salty, and I'm tired, and I'm hangry, so I'm going to eat my taquito, and I will see you in the morning for setup, unless I think of something else to tell you tonight, but otherwise I will see you tomorrow. I did forget to tell you something. So you might be wondering why my tent is not super decorated, because I've been talking about for weeks now that they require that you decorate your tent, but I didn't do that today because I noticed that a couple other tents in my area were not decorated at all, and we were not sure what the weather situation was going to be looking like. So, and we were also really cutting it close on time from setup to opening time. Now, looking back now, I had plenty of time to put all of the vines and stuff up that I got on Amazon, but I just didn't get around to doing it because we were walking around and stuff. Oh, somebody just bought something on Etsy. Did you hear that cha-ching? I love it. It makes my day. What'd they get? Oh my gosh, they got 2 cereal bowl wall arts. Oh my gosh, that just made my day. Oh, I love that. Anyways, so I did not bother because of the weather, because I was running short on time, really decorating it that much. You might have seen that I put a couple of dingly leaf things on the corners of the tents. That's all I did. I also have like this curtain of holographic stars that I thought would be really pretty along the back of the booth behind the banner, but I didn't do that because it was very windy today. I don't know if like the clips picked up how windy it was, but I did not want those like twisting and turning and everything, and then knowing that we were going to drop the tent at night, I didn't want those laying on the grass because they're going to get wet. So I was like, you know what, there's other people who don't have their tents decorated. I might as well just return the stuff to Amazon, not even open the package, because I just brought the entire Amazon package of the vines and whatnot, so might as well get my money back for that, especially since this is such a poor turnout so far in terms of market. I don't want to have to take that extra $35 or so that I spent on decor. I might as well just return it. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Just kidding, it's not. It's gross out today. Well, good morning. Here we go for day 2. We're going to get there and see how our tent held up overnight, which is scary, but the sky is looking very ominous. Hopefully this is not an indication of sales today. I forwent the makeup today. I just put on some eye makeup because I wanted to give my skin some rest in between makeup days because my skin's very sensitive. Speaking of sensitive skin, my feet and ankles were so itchy last night. As I said, I have an allergy to grass, so they're really like rashy, but I'm a glutton for punishment, so I'm still wearing open-toed shoes today. It's kind of like how I'm lactose intolerant, but I'm sitting here right now drinking a mocha frappe from McDonald's, but you know, that's a future Katie problem. I don't know that people are going to be very fazed by the rain, but then again, we are on grass. It's going to be re-muddied. Yesterday it was still muddy, but the mud kind of like hardened. It wasn't as slushy as it was like in the morning when we first got there. And people are also going to be in their attire, so I don't know if they're going to want to do like all their makeup and stuff and then be out in pouring rain. Ryan did say that the forecast this morning did change. Yesterday it was saying that it's going to be raining all day today, but in classic Midwest fashion, that changes within 15 minutes. Now it's just supposed to rain this morning at 8 o'clock, and it's 8:05 right now and it's raining. And then it's supposed to rain again at 2. But other than that, we're going to have clear skies. So we're hoping that the pretty weather is going to bring in lots of patrons. We're going to make our booth fee back today. Literally, that's the bare minimum. Can I at least make $125 back from my booth fee and maybe an extra $50 from gas, which we almost got to yesterday. And I don't even think I said this yesterday. My sales goal for the weekend total is $1,000. All right, that's enough talking. I will see you when we get there and see how the tent held up. Oh my gosh, it's a Lord Farquaad. Also, I have taken maybe 3 steps from the car and my feet are already covered in mud. It was so hot and humid yesterday. I was not expecting it to be freezing cold today. And I'm wearing short sleeves. So I'm using my sheet tablecloth, my very dirty sheet tablecloth, as a little blanket jacket. Look at how gross this is. Hopefully once we get into the tent with the walls up, we can kind of greenhouse effect ourselves and warm it up a little bit. I decided against wearing tennis shoes today because I would personally rather deal with muddy feet than having to sit in wet socks and shoes all day. So that's why I decided to go with the sandals. Maybe I should treat myself to a pedicure after this. Oh my gosh. I'm trapped. I don't know where to go. I would not last a literal second in the Renaissance era. Okay, the tent is still standing. Wow, I'm so proud of it. I got one of these pointy top tents so that it would do a better job of wicking off the the rain. Also, we have a neighbor over here now, apparently. They're smart. They brought a tarp to put down. And our sweet neighbor came and put a side on it for us. Oh, that was so nice. How's it looking in there? Oh my gosh, look at all my dragons! Okay, we survived the night. Let's get this baby up. That's what she said. It is a downpour. Here's the state of things at the moment.
Optimism.
Ryan said optimism. Probably couldn't even hear him over the pouring rain. I cut my hair because it's so slow. Speaking of my hair, it's holding on for dear life. Look at this. Lord Farquaad, anyone? Look at me being on theme. I am today also not wearing any Renaissance-y outfits. That is because all of my Renaissance attire no longer fits me after having a child. So I did not want to spend a lot of money, and I'm happy that I didn't, because it is gross today. You've seen how muddy it is. I wouldn't want to wear anything super important anyways today. So here is the current state of things. Neither of us want to go out to the car to get the last couple of totes because there is torrential downpour and it is incredibly muddy and gross. Our poor wagon is soaked. I have a little bit more space right here to put something. Oh, her rotund figure. I did reorganize today a little bit so it doesn't look so chaotic in here. So I added this little riser right here. I got to get all my dolls out still and fill my little acrylic tubs. And of course we had to move the tables into the tent. Yesterday I had them sticking out just a tad so that people could see them as they walked by. But today, because of all the rain, I didn't want any of my plushies to get damaged. So I am actually going to decorate the front of the tent today. I'm going to take the time this morning to put up the greenery that I purchased. And we're going to send Rai out to the car to get my other plushies. What time is it? Oh, I didn't wear my watch today. What time is it? 10:13. So the market has officially been open for 13 minutes. Not a single soul has walked by outside of vendors. Yep. I need to use the little girl's room, so I'm venturing out. As much as I would love to live my Outlander fantasy and go back in time and meet a Scottish Highlander named Jamie and do it in a castle. Of course, if I wasn't married to the very handsome and funny Ryan, I would not last. I would not last in the Scottish Highlands in the 1700s. No way, no how. Let me just enjoy this very misty, muddy, mile walk to the bathrooms. Help! It's so muddy I can't even get over to the bathrooms, you guys. I'm giving you guys a lot of feet content today, and I'm not even making you pay for it. Look at the good boy. All right, here is my greenery tent decorations. It actually looks really cute with my my pink and purple sign. I hear you, leaves are not very celestial, but I don't care, man. I'm miserable. I do not do a ton of outdoor markets, so I don't really want to invest. I do still have like those holographic star things, but with the wind today, I don't want to put them up. I think that doing that little bit of greenery, I also added some little bouquets in the corners. It's fine. There are tents here that are a lot less decorated than mine, and they're like just straight up blue tarps. Like that one over there is just, oh, flip the camera, Katie. That one over there is literally just a black tent. No decorations or anything. And I assume because of the rain, they're leaving the blue tarps up. So you know what? Mine looks a lot cuter than that. So Ryan just got back from the car with the last few bags of plushies, and he said that a lot of people are lined up out there, which is great. And apparently there are more food trucks today, including a boba truck. So I'm gonna need to get me some boba. Right now there's still like nobody here, but I guess they're just like taking a while at the front gate. He said that people are slowly trickling in, all dressed up and everything. So hopefully we get some sales today, you guys. I just sold an adoptable dragon to an adult. It was the mystical earthenware colored dragon. So I could put it in the little carrier. And it's just perfect because not only is it cute, but it's also functional because it will protect the plushie from the rain. I didn't show you guys, but I have my Y Crochet May Seem Pricey side. I have this available for sale on my Etsy shop. So if you're interested, I will link it down below. And I make it in a bunch of different colors so you can print it out with whatever color scheme matches your booth and your brand. Also, before everybody makes their way back here to shop, let me give you guys like an in-depth tour of the booth. I showed you yesterday, just kind of scanned over everything, but I'll go through and I'll tell you about things that I remember things about. So, for example, my tablecloths, so that pink one is actually just a sheet that I got at Goodwill, and I don't love that it's, you know, like bunching on the ground like that. It doesn't look very neat, but I wanted to add a little bit of color and it matches the banner, so I think that it looks really cute. And then these tablecloths are spandex. So I have a love-hate relationship with these because I don't love the way that they look. I would prefer like a long flowy tablecloth or like pleated or something. However, these are practical because they don't blow. So if it's really windy, you know, like the tablecloths are not going to blow up and showcase all of your storage stuff underneath. Oh, Ryan just sold a pickle. I stepped away to say hi to my booth neighbor while they were shopping, and it looks like somebody bought a pickle from the pickle jar. Okay, we're getting a few people around here. Okay, so I was saying about these tablecloths that I don't love the way that they look, but they are practical. I also prefer white because they would match the tent and just the overall aesthetic of the brand. But the white it's gonna show dirt way too easily, so that's why I opted for the black here. So my box of kittens. Thank you so much, you guys.
You're welcome. Thank you.
You sold a pickle and a leggy frog? Nice! Yay! So my box of kittens is just a box that I wrote kittens on. This little basket that I got for my chickens, this is from Goodwill, and I want to get something that is wooden for them and do like hay and then spray the hay with like clear Mod Podge so that it doesn't, you know, like pull up or anything like that. But I think that that would be so cute to display the hens and the chickens kind of nesting on some hay. Here are all of my dragons and alicorns, and I did display one of them in a carrier so that people can see, you know, what it is that they're getting with the carrier and the adoption certificate. Of course, I put stickers on them. It says I was adopted with my logo, and I did that last minute, so I didn't cut it out neatly. I literally just cut a square around it, but I think it still gets the point across. Here we have my chicken nuggets, and I put these in an actual McDonald's nugget container. These cubes are from Amazon, and I use these for Comic-Con as well, if you saw my Comic-Con vlog. And up here I have my adoptable unicorns and dragons. Over here we have my critters on swings and dice bags. So these are little swings that you hang from your rearview mirror, or you can just put, I don't know, around your neck, I guess, if you have a really tiny neck, and wear it like a necklace. But I've got some Totoros and some Soot Sprites. Ryan made all of the dice bags for me. Down here we have my chunky alicorn, and Ryan put out this one singular turkey leg, and he said that if a baby comes by with parents and a parent is eating a turkey leg, then he is going to gift this turkey leg to a baby because he really wants that to happen. Here is my wizard frog. He was a fan favorite when I showed him off in the video. And my little playful dragon. Up here we have the pickle jar, and you know what? I am pleased to say that I have already sold 2 pickles. I have not sold very much at all, and like a quarter of my sales have been pickles so far. So I think that this is a hit, you guys, which I am so happy about, because y'all know the saga of the pickle jar, and if you don't, then you're just gonna have to go back and watch all my weekly makes videos about how long it took me to get this pickle jar done. Over here is the checkout station. So I have my payment sign. This I got on Etsy, as well as my little square reader sign. Got these both on Etsy. I will try to link them. I will try to link these for you, but I got them on a different account than what I have now, so I might not be able to find the stores again. This is the touch square reader, which I highly, highly recommend getting if you do markets. It is so easy breezy. They can just tap their card or they can insert it, and it connects flawlessly to my iPad or to my phone. Here, of course, I'm just talking to myself. Down here we have our Leggy Frog army. And these are Ryan's little positive pets that he made. And up here, I put our fuzzy mice and giant mushy boy. I wanted him to be front and center today because I really, really want him to sell. In this basket, I have my snugglers, and now this basket I got at Michael's. It was on super clearance from the springtime, and I think I only paid like $2 for that basket. Over here, I have a paper tray that I got at Goodwill with some stickers. I collect stickers, and so I get like packs of them on Amazon. These are just all stickers that I didn't really want, so I'm just pretty much giving them away with purchases and letting people choose, or I'll do like 5 for $1 or something like that for them, just to get rid of them. Over here we have all of our acrylic tubs with the little signs. So these sign holders, I'm going to link these in the description box, are little acrylic clippies, so you can clip them to things and then put your signs up here. And then if you're interested in my hand-drawn signs, I have a video coming out in a few weeks where it's like a draw with me, and I make all of these signs, and you can see my creative process for making those. And then these little acrylic tubs are also from Amazon. I think it came with a pack of like 10 of them, maybe even 20, and these are great for containing all of these little objects, you know. So that's what we have going on over here. Over here are all of my little keychains. This is a pop-up crate from Joann's, rip Joann's. And here's where I put just all of my keychains. I used to put my keychains on a hanger like this, but I found that they did not sell very well when they were hanging up. I thought that putting them in a bin like this, they would sell better, and they did get more attention. And I think when people have their actual hands on an item, it's harder for them to put it down and walk away, versus if they're hanging up and they're not like physically holding them. Up top we have my dolls, and just some random, like my Space Bunny and my Luma. And I moved Chad over here today, but you can still see his hair from like a mile away. No sales on the dolls yet, but they are getting a lot of attention. I've noticed Anya is getting the most attention, which is interesting because when I brought her to Comic-Con, nobody cared. Over here, I have a wooden crate. By the way, at my checkout, there's also a wooden crate. I got those at Michael's. And on top, I flipped over one of my acrylic tubs to display some more Junimos, so I have the rainbow of colors here. And then this little nest is actually from Goodwill. I found it and I thought that it looked nest-like, so I wrapped the dragon around kind of like it's a mama protecting all of her eggs. And the dragon egg rattles are getting a lot of attention. So if I forgot to talk about anything, you can ask me in the comments and I'll try to link stuff. Oh yeah, and then up top you saw I hung my dragons with fishing line. Let's see. Oh my gosh, did you guys make that?
I made it, yeah.
Oh my gosh, she's beautiful. I'm gonna give her a little pet. Oh, thank you. Oh my gosh, she's so beautiful. I know, I did the whole wire thing on that little dragon over there, and I was hating it.
I think the worst part for me was like crocheting it into the wings. That was
yes.
the worst part for me.
Yes.
Like next one I make, I'm gonna need to figure out another way with it because
I love how you have the wings like wrapped around your arm though. That's so precious.
It gives it more stability when it's
absolutely. Well, these are subscribers, you guys. If you want to say hi to the vlog.
I'm dressed as a soot sprite.
I love it. I love the soot sprites. We got a soot sprite going home. He was adopted, and look, he's home with his family.
Oh, yeah, see, I'm dressed as a soot sprite.
Yes, he is. Recording. I wasn't recording. This is my life.
No, you're good. You got this.
We just did a whole thing here and I wasn't recording. They came all the way out here and got season passes for the Ren Fair just to come see me, which is so incredibly sweet. And look at how beautiful she looks, by the way, with her little bedazzled forehead crown thing. Very cute. Oh my gosh, my little skeleton Dia de los Muertos dragon is getting adopted. Do you have a name picked out for him?
Not yet.
Okay, you gotta think on it. You gotta give him a badass name for a badass dragon. It's picking up, you guys. I just sold the wizard frog that looks like the villain from Pocahontas. And we got a lot of people here. I got to see some subscribers and that made my entire weekend. This was all worth it for seeing you guys. Thank you again to all my friends who came out and said hi to me. It just means the world to me. I appreciate you so much. Okay, my larger variegated Nessie just got adopted and went home. We have a little bit of a lull now, and I think Ryan is going to run and get lunch. I'm thinking Subway. We're not too far away from town, and I would honestly rather spend less money just going off-site to get lunch versus spending money on a food truck here, just because there's not many options in terms of food, although there might be more today than there were yesterday. We'll have to go check it out. Another subscriber just came and saw me, and she bought my Lyra the Pegasus. I had her displayed in one of the little boxes, so I need to replace box on the table with a little dragon in it to show people, you know, what you get with it, the carrier. So I'm gonna do that right now, and we have had a rush. So Ryan has yet to leave for lunch. It is currently 12:30. Update: the Soot Sprite car swingers and the Will of the Wisps have been doing really well. I only have 3 Will of the Wisps left. So, oh, there's more lookers over here. Ryan is now finally leaving to go get a sub sandwich from Subway. Here is what the mud situation is looking like inside the tent. You guys, with all this mud, my plushies are getting destroyed. So right now it looks like there's a little show going on over there. The rain has let up a little bit, but it's still sprinkling, and we were just informed that another storm cell is moving this way, so it might get windy and rainy here in a little bit. We have a little bit of a lull right now for the first time in a while, so I can like take a breather and get everything that's sold written down in my notebook. I don't know how much money we've made so far. It is currently, I don't have my watch on today, but let me see what time it is. It is currently 1:06 p.m. So we've had a pretty good morning. There's still not a ton of people walking around, but still like 100 times more than there were yesterday. I have not walked around at all today, and I honestly don't know if I'm going to do so because it's so muddy. The more people walk, the muddier it gets, and like inside of the tent is just so disgusting and muddy, and without any hand washing stations and with all this rain and mud, I'm a little worried about like my white plushies, like my Zelda dragon over there, And all of these guys, I'm just worried about people touching them and possibly getting them dirty. I've already had 2 plushies, a soot spray on a swing and a pickle, fall on the ground and instantly just splat right in the mud. So since it is the first lull in a little bit, I'm going to sit and crochet for a little bit. Jeff's brother just got adopted, the dragon. It was $115 and she gave me $120 and just told me to keep the 5. So many people have been so generous and just like giving me tips and telling me to keep the change, and that is so incredibly sweet. I started working on another blue chicken. Surprisingly, the chickens are not selling well. They're getting a lot of attention, so are the Junimo. I think just people love Stardew Valley, but they're not really selling. Also, I've not sold a single loaf cat. So I have a feeling that one of the other like 20 crocheters here has cats and chickens. So that's kind of a bummer. But my dragon eggs are also getting a lot of attention. Not a ton of sales, but they're definitely bringing people in. Ryan just texted me and said that he is back from getting lunch. However, apparently a car got stuck in the mud in the parking lot, and so they're waiting for a tow truck to come get it and pull it out of the mud, because there is a huge long line of cars waiting to get in to come park because that one car is blocking the parking lot entrance. So my food, my sandwich is getting cold. I got a meatball sub because it's very cold out here. I'm actually really chilly, and tomorrow it's supposed to be even colder. So I need to remember to bring a sweatshirt tomorrow. I don't know that I'm going to be able to wear my dress tomorrow with how muddy it has been. I don't think it's going to be any better tomorrow, and I really do not want to ruin that dress. It needs to be dry cleaned, and I don't want it to get muddy because it's very special to me. I wore it for Celeste's baby shower, so if I don't end up wearing it tomorrow, I will put a picture later in the video of the dress so you can see what I was planning on wearing. I think it's supposed to be like 52 degrees tomorrow, so we'll see how we go. I'm noticing that Perry the platypus, or my platypuses, if you will, they are getting a lot of attention, but a lot of people are asking if they have hats. So I did not put hats on them purposefully as like a market test, because my Perry the platypus with the hat sold like hotcakes at Comic-Con, but they're getting a lot of attention here and people are asking, do you have hats for them? And then I say no. So I think in the future I need to make hats for them, which is totally understandable. They also might be priced a little high. I left them at $18, which is what I sold them at Comic-Con, but they had the hats and they were also a little bit bigger. So I think I just need to lower the price, but that's no big deal. Like I said yesterday, I left all my prices as Comic-Con prices, so I was totally fine, you know, lowering prices on some things. Hang on, Ryan just texted me. He said he's finally making his way in, so good. I am hungry and I don't want to get hangry. So while we're waiting for him, I want to just talk quickly about how disappointed I am with the organization of this event. Now, I get that they cannot control the weather. I'm not upset about that. I am miserable because it's cold and wet and disgusting out. That's not on the event coordinators. What I am upset about, however, is What I am upset about, however, is the organization. So this was supposed to be a juried event. So what that means is people who are interested in vending at this festival, they put in their application months and months in advance, along with pictures of their booth and their products. And then when a certain date comes, the event organizer or organization group, they go through and they jury each an individual application, and they say this person doesn't really fit with our theme or whatever, or this person does, and then they tell everybody who applied, sorry you didn't get in, or congratulations you got in, we'll now accept your money and you officially have a spot at this event. So that was supposed to be what this event was. So I was told that this event was juried, so I sent in pictures of my work and my booth, and I specifically asked how many, if any, other crocheters are going to be there, because I know that it's a very saturated market. Oh, Rai Rai's back with food. Yay! A little kid just came up and pulled a loaf cat out of his pocket in the same exact mystical yarn as mine, so that confirms why my chickens and cats are not selling. Well, I don't know about the chickens, but why the cats aren't selling, because somebody else has like the same exact thing, which I figured. I mean, every crocheter for markets is making the loaf cats. But that brings me to the point that I was about to say before Ryan walked up, is that it was supposed to be a juried event. I specifically asked the event coordinator how many crocheters were going to be there, because I knew that it's a very saturated market and I wasn't going to spend my time prepping for this and being here if there was going to be a million crocheters. After me, she wasn't letting any other crocheters in. Well, surprise, surprise, today, now that everybody is here, there are about 12 crocheters. Some of those are solely crochet tents like myself and my neighbor right across the way. Some of them are just selling other things, but also selling crochet. And it's to no fault of the crocheters that are here. You know, we all put so much time and effort and love into our work and setting up and tearing down. Like you've seen in this vlog how exhaustive it is and how much time it takes just to set up and tear down all of this every single day. And to be told like, yeah, your market's not going to be saturated, it's really, really frustrating. So both myself and the one other crocheter that I talked to are a little peeved at this situation. Last year there were not this many crocheters, so we're a little bit confused as to why so many were let in. I would have much rather been denied and then telling me, no, we're not accepting you for this event for whatever reason. I would have been fine with that, as opposed to them saying, yeah, we're accepting you. You have to pay this fee to only make $50 in a day because the market is completely saturated at this event. You know what I mean? Like, I would have rather been denied. And for an event organization to jury, because that's what they say they do, is jury people to get into this festival. If you're doing that, then you need to actually follow through with the jurying process. So it's up to the organizer to say, hey, we already have 15 crocheters. There's not really room for your craft, or it doesn't even have to be crochet. Sword making, leather pouch sellers, anything, any sort of craft. If there's too many, don't take their application money, because that's what it feels like to me. It just feels like greediness. And then the whole allure of it being a juried event makes a seller like me, a vendor, thinking, okay, this is a good event because I'm not going to be one of 50 million who are selling the same exact thing. There's been talk that next year they're going to have a physical, it's going to be like a hard site, which is what the term is for having permanent buildings on site instead of doing all the pop-up tents. So maybe it'll be a bigger turnout next year. Oh, that's another thing. I was expecting 30,000 people. We did have a rush earlier, but does this look like 30,000 people to you? Because it doesn't look like 30,000 people to me. It's also starting to rain again, so we're probably going to have a lull for a little bit. And my legs are so cold and so muddy. I cannot wait to go home and take a nice hot shower. Ryan just said that there's a joust going on, so there's a really big crowd over there, so they might come over here after, hopefully. And he just got back from getting lunch, and he just said that there were 5 cars in the parking lot that were stuck in the mud, so they're having a tractor pull out each and every one. Hi guys!
There was like me and probably 20 cars in front, but cars were getting stuck in the muddy parking lot because it's really bad. Even when I was trying to leave to go get food, like we have a 4-wheel drive car and it was still fishtailing like crazy, and I was like, I'm not gonna slow down like for anything, just trying to get through, keep speed, and I got out fine. But yeah, so anyways, when I got back, we were all just waiting for the tractor to pull all these cars that got stuck, and then they're like, okay, we're gonna try this again, and send like a big honking truck got stuck, bring out the tractor again. And at that point they're like, okay, maybe we're just gonna close the parking lot. Well, at that point you had a line of cars all the way to the main gate, like a half mile down the road. So then everyone has to turn around, try to work your way back, and then there had an alternate parking space. But then it's like you're just waiting for every car to like make a 3-point turn, turn around, and then proceed. It was chaotic.
So we're hoping once they get the parking situation dealt with and open up another area. I mean, this farm is huge and it's all just grassy pastures for horses. So they can easily just open up another gate and use that as a parking lot. But hopefully once people actually are able to get parked and not sitting in that line, then we'll have a little bit of an influx of people. That's the hope, at least.
To spare.
We had a friend come and just get a Junimo. Look at him. He's being adopted.
Yeah, going to be a streaming partner with the Streaming Pixie on Twitch.
Yeah, go check her out on Twitch. She's doing a Stardew Valley mod. So what is the mod again?
It's Swords and Sorcery, and it gives a D&D vibe to Stardew Valley.
That's awesome. Oh my gosh, so a family just came in and a little girl picked up this dragon and was holding it right over the mud right here. And Ryan and I both held our breaths. And after they left, Ryan was like, I need my heart rate to come down a little bit because that was so stressful. Because she was like, I don't know, maybe 4 years old. And yeah, if she had even dropped the little end of the tail into that mud, it would have been gone. But we're good. She's still nice and pristine. So we're gonna put her back here. I really gotta pee again. But I don't want to walk over by the porta potties because it is so muddy over there that like you can't even like physically get into the porta potties because it's so muddy right in front, your feet just sink in. It's like quicksand. So I might try the restrooms at the front, although those are going to be more used, so they're probably going to be a little stinky. But we'll go venture over there and see. Plus we can take a look at the food trucks too. Okay, Zelda Dragon has been moved so that kids stop picking her up. I'm going to venture out into the world. This little thing I think broke in transit. It got a little warped. There we go. All right, let's go out into the mud and see if we can go use the restroom. Okay, it looks miserable over there. So we're gonna go through this side path and hopefully have less issues. Oh my gosh, the last thing I need is to fall on my ass in mud. Well, there's a pickles and jerky guy. I don't physically know how I'm going to get through this because I'm getting stuck. Just going very slowly and not slipping. Ah. It also smells like manure over here. Oh my gosh, thank goodness, solid ground. Okay, so let's see, what do we have? The 250 grill. We have the corn people, the donuts like from yesterday, and there is a boba place right here. I might have to get something from there. This kettle corn smells so good. There's a lot of people over here. Oh, there's the mage from yesterday. You guys, my feet are slipping in my Birkins. I'm gonna need to do some research on how to clean my Birkenstocks. They make leather cleaning stuff, so I'm sure I'm gonna be able to get all the mud and everything off. Look at that pretty crocheted hood. Ooh, it's popping over here. We have reached our destination and completed our quest. This is where I leave you on my journey. Well, while we're out of the tent, let's walk around and see what else we can find. It is currently about 3 p.m. I think, so we've got a few more hours. I am so chilled. It's not that cold, but there's a wind and it's like a really nippy wind. If this isn't the epitome of Midwest weather, where yesterday it was so hot and humid and today it's freezing, I don't know what is. So over there, that tent right there is what they call the office, where like the administration is. Here we have a plushie vendor. The bats are cute with the little bow ties. Oh my gosh, and the chandelier. That's precious. She even has a rug. Wow, that's dedication. Bringing a rug in this mud. the mermaid. So looks like these people aren't even here. Over here we have some leather goods. We've got some boots. No boots with the fur, however. Oh my gosh, I almost just slipped. There's a lot of vendors right here that just did not even show up, it looks like. I would go over there to get some close-ups for you, but I'm not about to pass this. So you can look from afar. We have some, looks like shields and tomahawks and maybe some bows and arrows. That looks definitely like it could be in Game of Thrones, that tent. How did they do it back then? Okay, here's another crochet booth. Again, I would love to go over there, but I actually feel really bad for the people on this little stretch. Yesterday I was saying that they're lucky because this is like the main stretchway, but with all of this mud, they might not be getting as much business because of just the traversability. What's the word? You get what I'm saying. Looks like she's got some dolls. I see some Pokemon in there as well. We have some 3D printed stuff here. I wonder, all of these tents look the same, so I wonder if these are provided from the fair. Interesting, I'm just noticing that. Should I just take off my shoes? I just don't want to carry them, so I'm gonna leave them on. Oh my gosh. What do we have here? Some jewelry stuff. Pretty. Honestly, I could have worn my chacos. Okay, this is very sticky mud, you guys. I'm sinking in like quicksand. Besides our next door neighbors to the left of us, this is the only other bookseller that I've seen. And we've got some people sitting outside the tent over here. Oh, go ahead, please. Looks like they're selling witchy stuff. And there are some bags over there. By the way, I'm so sorry if my heavy breathing is annoying you. I have really bad asthma. So if it's cold out like this and if there's a wind chill, then my lungs just say, you know what? We don't got you, girl. Oh, that's cool. You can do archery to win a bow. Let's see. What do you have to hit? I dressed up, or I cosplayed as Merida one time, and I made Merida's bow out of PVC pipe that I heated up and molded into a bow. I'll put a picture in here of me as Merida. Okay, so right there is where the joust happens, and then over there it looks like there's some stuff happening, custom knife making. And I don't know what's going on over there, but there's people dressed up in suits of armor, so something fun. All right, we're getting over to the grassier part now. Ooh, let's go in here. What treasures do they have? Ooh, it smells good in here. It smells like leather. So they call themselves the Trading Company. Oh, look at that cool steampunk hat. We've got some handmade, it looks like wooden boxes. Ooh, gotta love the tchotchke section. Oh, I like the little fairies, they're cute. Look at them. Beautiful. All right, you guys, the shoes are coming off.
First ball.
Pickle, pickle, pickle. Pickle, pickle, pickle.
This might make it easier for me to traverse because my shoes keep getting stuck. Okay, wind chimes. Honestly, the mud kind of feels good. It's like don't they have mud like foot spas? Is that a thing? Okay, here's another crochet vendor. So I was told that she does like food themed animals, which I see. Oh my gosh, look at the little the little candles. Wait, that looks like they're about to like eat the turtle. We have some pretty wearables in there. And here's another crochet vendor. You can kind of peek in there. Hi.
Hey, sorry.
Oh, you're good. Sorry, go ahead. Thank you.
Excuse me. Sorry. Thank you so much.
That cardigan's so pretty. I love those colors.
Thank you.
Is that variegated yarn?
Yes, it was. Was it? I don't remember.
It's so pretty. Oh, that guy's cool. Love those eyes. I just talked to them. They were really sweet. We were just chatting about crochet stuff. They were complimenting my hat, which is so nice. Getting sales or compliments from other crochet artists means even more because they know how much work it is, you know? Ooh, look at that purple and black tent over there. Let's go check that out. Oh, and there's my booth neighbor. Oh, I see Ryan. He's waving at us. Do you see him way over yonder? Oh, look at how cute that little sign is. That's precious. Seems witchy. That's really funny. Oh my gosh, these hats are adorable. Wait, do I need a witch hat? Should I abandon the mushroom hat? No, I can't abandon the mushroom hat. There's just random tents scattered, which is odd to me. Like, why there's not more of a structure. Maybe they were anticipating more vendors, so they like started to set up rows and then people just like backed out. There's another tent. Oh no, that's the one that I showed you guys earlier, I think. They just didn't show up. That tent did not fare the storm. The canopy was ripped when we got here this morning. Let's go check in. Over here, hello. I've committed to barefoot because of how gross it is out here. What you making?
I'm working on a little leaf pouch.
Oh, cute for your little caterpillars. These guys. Oh my gosh, look at look at him. He's making himself right at home.
He's just chilling.
Those eyes are pretty. Did you paint those?
I did.
So pretty. We were just chatting. And they came in with a giant mushroom hat, and I'm wearing my mushroom hat, and we're like, we're twinning. And she gave me this little mushroom trinket. So since we're right here at the tent, I'm gonna go drop this off with Ryan and maybe drop off my shoes too. And we'll walk down that way toward the very muddy porta potty situation because there are a few crocheters over there too. What'd we sell?
A light blue Junimo and the orange tweed kitten.
Oh, really? Out of all the kittens that sold, the one that normally never sells, which is the Burnett tweed, sold. That's hilarious to me.
And it was a instant purchase.
It was an instant purchase, he says. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's continue on. I feel like such a little heathen walking around barefoot. Okay, so our neighbors who were booksellers, I guess they left. And looks like there's a show going on. You know what? Walking around on a horse farm in bare feet at a market was not on my market bingo sheet. I see a giant worm. Oh, I like the little fence thing. That's so cute. Look, it's like a whole little shop. Also, there's a goat man guy. And over here, We have some custom mugs, it looks like. Oh my god, I just stepped on a worm. Oh my gosh, I just stepped on a worm. Oh, I'm sorry, buddy. Vegans, don't cancel me, please. We have some little tchotchke trinkets in there. And some tiaras over here. Ooh, sparkly. All right, here is another crochet booth. Oh, look at how pretty those are. Looks like the Crafty Goblin sells 3D printed dragon eggs. And then we have some bracelets. Okay, this is our neighbor to the back of us, so we gotta come say hi to her. Oh my gosh, look at these little guys. That's so cute. Oh my gosh. Look at him. Oh, I might need to get one of these. I like that one too. That little blue dragon guy. Look at how cute they are. Oh my gosh. That's beautiful. I'm just Googling and goggling at all of this art. Look at his booty. Look at his shiny butt. This booth is called Sharp Pointy Things. I love it. I love how straight to the point it is.
200 to 300 years old. This is silver, jade, and that's gold inlay on crucible woods steel.
That's beautiful.
So you'll see the pattern. When they cast it, it's got different zones of carbon, and it will diffuse and create that pattern.
Wow. So was that like a fighting knife, or was that like a...
I mean, it's a dress piece, I doubt.
Okay.
Although, so it's Turkish Arabic script, but that's a Persian poem. It's the intro to it. And it's the effect of, take the dagger of cruel one and strike me, for I am yours. It's some proto-emo thing that was very popular at the time. So, no.
That's beautiful. Is that, I imagine that's hand carved.
Yes, yeah. And these are forged out of meteorite, iron, nickel iron.
Whoa.
So as they're etched and aged with lime juice, the iron turns black, but the nickel stays bright.
Cool. So what's the point of the wiggly? Is that just for decoration?
It's harder to forge, so yeah, it's basically status.
Okay.
Yeah, the more complex it is.
So you said you're on YouTube. Mm-hmm. So check them out on YouTube. Sharp Pointy Things. That little sword looked like the dagger from Once Upon a Time. Also, my feet are starting to go numb. Here's the status. I think I'm gonna head back to the tent. I kind of want a little treat. Should we go see what they have at the boba truck? I think we should. I deserve a little treat from walking around barefoot in this mud for the past hour and a half and talking to people. My social battery is running low because if you did not know, I am an introvert, believe it or not. I know I'm a ham, but I'm what you call an extroverted introvert. I'm trying to maneuver this mud here. Oh my God, I'm slipping and sliding all over the place. Yeah, I have an extroverted personality when I need to film or talk to people, but I would much prefer to be alone in a dark room crocheting and watching YouTube. So here's the thing. I want to get a coffee or a hot chocolate to warm up, but I'm nervous about carrying it back in the mud because I don't want to drop it. Guys, I have to use the porta potty without any shoes on. This is so gross. Ryan's gonna need to hose me down like a greased up pig when we get home.
Should have brought like a towel from my car.
If it was hot out, that sunset tea looks so good. She's making ours. I got the big one so that Ryan and I can share. The boba has been secured. But now I have to get her home safe and sound through this mud. We made it back safe and sound. This is a huge boba and it was only $10. See, that's a really good deal. That's plenty for both Ryan and I. Also, he ran to the bathroom, so I don't know what sold, but it looks like we've had at least 1 or 2 pickles sell. So the pickles are doing well in the jar, you guys. None of my dolls are gone. None of the big stuff is gone. So I imagine we just sold a few little tiny things. Okay, Rai, what did we sell?
Okay, so we sold a light blue Will-O-the-Wisp, a axolotl positive pet, mushroom bookmark, and 1 pickle.
Oh, that's a lot less than I thought it was gonna be.
Oh.
But okay, that's something.
Gudetama got someone running from like way down there. They like locked eyes and you just see them like running and they're like, Gudetama, oh my god.
I did put Gudetama out before I left on my journey, because there was a little empty space right there on the table.
That being said, Gudetama is still here, so...
Yeah, he didn't sell at Comic-Con either. I might have him priced too high.
She did say that she was interested, but she just got here, so...
She's gonna look around?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not gonna lower the price.
I feel like that's also the case with like everyone. They're like, oh...
I use that excuse too.
Yeah.
I say, I'm just looking around right now. I'll come back later. I never come back later. I just don't have the heart to say, yeah, I actually don't want it. I'm very non-confrontational. Okay, serious discussion. I have not tallied what we got today, but Ryan was just saying that we're gonna have to like get the car detailed cleaned or clean out the inside, because the bottoms of all of my totes, by the way, Emily fell over.
Oh.
Hi! Somebody just came like charging at the tent and I was like, are we in trouble or something? And he was like, I'm looking for these dragons, and they're little dragons very similar to mine, and they're like, where can I find these dragons? What crochet artist has these dragons? And I was like, I don't know, but I was like, I have dragons right here. And he's like, well, I want this one. And I was like, oh, okay. That was a little weird, a little rude, but there we go, because there's 1.5 million freaking crochet vendors here. Anyways, Ryan and I were just talking about like the car's gonna be a mess because all of my bags have mud all over them. Like my feet, the tablecloths, the chairs, everything is covered in dirt and mud and grass and bugs. So, legitimate question, do we even want to come back tomorrow?
I would say probably. Because I'm not mentally prepared to do a full teardown tonight. I'm not gonna lie. I'm very cold.
Tomorrow it's gonna be even colder, but we'll dress better.
Yeah, but we're gonna be dressed better.
Yeah.
I mean, look, we already have the majority of the setup. I think we'll still get sales tomorrow to justify the gas coming out here. Granted, that doesn't factor in time away from Celeste, but
yeah, I miss her.
So like,
I miss my baby. Well, let me do a quick tally and see how much we've made today. There's definitely a lull now. There were quite a few people earlier, but it's getting really windy and really, really cold, and there's less and less people. Like, I was just out front getting the boba, and yeah, it's just not a lot of people here anymore. And a lot of people, I think, has just left. So I don't know if we're going to get any more big rushes today. It's currently 4:30, so we have 2 hours left of this market. But we'll see. Maybe something will surprise us. Maybe I'll sell a doll this afternoon. We just sold a loaf unicorn. The one that was white with purple hair that kind of looks like Rarity, she sold. So I don't know, do I have another white one? I think I have a white one, but it has rainbow hair. I'm probably not going to bother restocking it though, because we only have 2 hours left, and I'm over, you guys. I am so over this. Unfortunately, as cute as the hanging dragons are, they are getting cut down because they're getting no attention. Even when I say like the flying dragons are available for adoption too, people kind of just look up and go, oh cute, but then they go right back to the table and they pick one on the table. So they're all getting cut down. I kind of had an idea that that was going to happen, as cute as they are hanging up there. But they're going to the table and hopefully going to get adopted tomorrow. Look at this huge storm cell coming our way. 1 hour left and I'm so cold. Okay, we're at $922 today, so I would love to break 1,000 in the next hour. Today definitely went a lot better than yesterday, and hopefully tomorrow will be just as good, if not better, because the weather is supposed to be a lot better tomorrow. So we have made the goal. Well, yeah, not counting like taking out money for food and stuff like yesterday and today, and gas money and like the vendor booth. I said my goal, just overall sales goal, was $1,000, which we've hit between yesterday and today. So that's great. I would say $900 in one day is pretty good for a market. I do think that I could have done a lot better though if other crochet vendors weren't here, or they might have done better if I was not here, because a lot of people have come in and been like, oh, I just bought from somebody else. Darn it, I like this better. A little girl and her mom came in and she really wanted one of my mermaids, and her mom was like, honey, I just bought you a mermaid from the other person. And she's like, but I want this one. And the mom's like, no, I already bought you one. So whoever else sold her the mermaid, they got the $50 instead of me. So yeah, I'm curious to know how the other crochet vendors have done, but is that rude for me to ask? I don't know. I'm very transparent with like my pricing and how much I make, because I want y'all to be able to learn from my failures and profits, and get ideas and whatever, whether you're an experienced market vendor or if you don't know if you want to do markets. I definitely cannot recommend doing a market in the Midwest spring or summertime, because it's either freezing cold and rainy and muddy if you're at a venue like this, or it's the summertime and it's incredibly hot and humid and you want to melt. So indoor markets, I feel like, are definitely the way to go. Okay, update. It's 10 to 6 today, not 6:30, and I guess tomorrow it is as well. So we have half an hour less than I thought that we did, which is fine because, again, there is not a single soul. It is currently 5:09 p.m. and I'm heavily considering starting to tear down early, okay, so that we can go home. Are you down with that?
I'm already going.
Okay, we have decided to wait until 5:30 to pack up. So that's like 15 minutes from now. A couple of people have told us that they just got here. So I don't know if there's like a special event happening like at 5:30 or what. I don't know. Ryan is absolutely miserable though, I'll tell you what. But me personally, I would much rather be cold than hot. So I would take the muddy, rainy chilliness over sitting in 90 degrees outside any day. Although the messiness of the mud is not ideal. Just with all of the plushies, like it's sad when they fall on the ground and get completely damaged out because of how wrecked they are. I have a lot of inventory left, and here's the thing, is I'm not that sad about like not selling out or not selling that much, because I have POPcon Indie coming in June. That's only 6 weeks from now, and I have been busting my ass preparing for this market that I am ready to just stop market prepping and just do passion projects. You know, like just enjoy crocheting again versus being like a machine and just cranking out market prep items. So I'm okay if I have a lot of stuff left over. I would like to like restock some things, like my little baby NYX dragons have been selling like hotcakes. So I would definitely like to make some more of those for POPcon. I need to restock pickles as well. And then we'll see, maybe there's going to be like a surprise seller tomorrow. But yeah, I'm excited to just work on like 5 or 6 big projects that I don't intend on selling and just keeping for me. Also, my hair has gotten frizzier throughout the day, so now it's giving less Lord Farquaad and more Straw Man from Wizard of Oz. No, Straw Man Scarecrow. It's giving more Scarecrow from Wizard of... What the hell is a straw man? It's honestly a little eerie how quiet it is. Ryan is working on his blanket. Isn't it hard to crochet with the coldness? Yeah. My fingers hurt.
I was literally gonna ask you that. It's taken me a while to get anywhere close to speed. My fingers are very stiff.
I know, I was going slower than normal too. My joints are just aching right now in the cold. But did I tell you that I was making a blue chicken? Because that's what I'm doing. Okay, I went over to ask a vendor friend what time this officially closed, and we're getting conflicting things because this event is so disorganized. Like on the application it said it's 10 to 6, but on the website it says 10:30 to 6:30, but there's nobody here, so we are now packing up. It is 5:45, but while I was gone, Ryan made another sale and we finally sold one of the rainbow leggy frogs. This is the second market that I've taken these guys to, and I have not sold any, which I was expecting to, because I mean, look at them. Look at how fun they are. They look like they're tie-dyed rainbow, but we finally sold one, so yay! Look at how cute Rai looks.
Hair flip.
All right, we are leaving the plushies here tonight, overnight, just underneath the tables. We are supposed to get rain overnight, but it's not going to be storming. So,
less rain than what we endured today.
Yes, Ryan said it's a lot less rain than what we endured today, if you did not hear him. So let's get this packed up, and then I think since it's a long drive home, we're going to stop at a gas station and get some coffee for the drive home, give us a little caffeine, and get us something toasty because we are both freezing.
And tired.
I've put my shoes in a bag. We're gonna need to do a little foot bath before getting into the car, but this is how we're leaving things tonight. We're going to drop the tent down and then put the wall up that our neighbor gave to us or let us borrow. So hopefully the plushies are okay. I think that they should be in the like the vinyl bags under the tablecloths, because like I said, it's not going to storm. So fingers crossed that when we show up tomorrow morning, everything is just like this. Actually, we just took the pink tablecloth off so that I can take it home and wash it, because it had mud all up it and it just does not look good. So hopefully when we come tomorrow as well, the grass will have dried a little bit and won't be so disgusting in here. Goodbye, Ren Fair Day 2. It's starting to rain again. I literally cannot feel my feet, you guys. I cannot feel my toes. Ow, I stepped on a rock. Oh shoot, I left my shoes in the tent. Hopefully they let me into the gas station. I can just put bags on my feet. Nope, the bags are in the tent too. Are they gonna say no shoes, no shirt, no service? We'll just have to send Ryan in. We are soaking wet. It started pouring on the walk to the car and loading the car. And my hair is starting to get wavy and it's so frizzy because of all of the moisture. It's very moist out here. How many of you guys hate that word? Moist. That was just for you. Alright, if you're watching this part of the video, oh, there's a raindrop on the lens. Hopefully that didn't affect anything. Okay, if you're watching this part of the video, I need you to comment a sunshine emoji to send me all of the sunshine vibes for tomorrow so that we don't have to deal with this again. And if you don't have emojis, then just type for me sun or sunshine, please, because we really need it. Well, good morning. Happy day 3. Well, hopefully it's happy. The weather is still disgusting and rainy out today and very, very gloomy. Today, Brian and I are both wearing our kilts. This is a shout out to you, to my friends across the pond, where I long to be right now. You know, a lot of my problems would be fixed with the trip to Scotland, but I digress. I decided to not wear my baby shower dress, but I will put a picture of it on the screen for you now if you'd like to see it. It's a very, very pretty cream colored floor-length ball gown with little sequin gold and silver stars all over it, and I was going to wear like this huge like celestial crown and do my hair and makeup with like gold sparkles and everything, and woke up this morning and it was pouring rain, and I was like, if I learned anything yesterday from my hair behavior, it was that I am not going to put hours this morning into doing my hair to have it look like the Scarecrow from The Wizard of Oz again. So I just braided the sides. I don't even know that you can see it, but I just braided the sides and put it up in like a half ponytail, and I'm just wearing a long flowy shirt today. And I did bring my Outlander Jamie blanket because it's supposed to be like a high of 49 degrees today, Fahrenheit of course, and I feel like my legs are gonna get cold. I do have my tartan like floor length. It's gonna get very, very muddy, but there is a little gap when I sit down, so I feel like I'm gonna feel the breeze on the crotch region if I don't have my blanket over my lap. So I brought my Outlander Jamie blanket with me today. I'm also wearing waterproof shoes, so I will not have to go barefoot again. Update on that, by the way. Going barefoot in the mud, it turns out, is a great exfoliator, and my feet are as soft as a baby's butt. However, they are also very rashy and itchy because of my grass allergy, walking around in the grass all day. So I had to lather them up with anti-itch cream and put on my socks and boots. Also, I realized that I did not give you guys our day 2 market recap in the car yesterday, so we're gonna do that right now. I'm just gonna rapid fire list what I sold, not how much, just what I sold. So starting off the day, we sold a pickle from the pickle jar, a leggy frog in green, a baby dragon, one of my little NYX dragons that I made the pattern for, a keychain of a turtle, a keychain of a cat, a keychain of a soot sprite, a Junimo, the light green one, I believe, no, the purple one, the purple Junimo, a dragon egg rattle, another baby dragon, my wizard frog sold that looks like the villain from Pocahontas, another pickle from the pickle jar, another NYX baby dragon, a Nessie, another soot sprite keychain. I only had 2 and both of them sold, so sold out of those. A will-o'-the-wisp, one of my Lyra Pegasi, another Nessie, so I only brought 2 of those and both of them sold, so we sold out of the Nessies. Stardew Valley chicken in brown, another Junimo in light blue, a kitten in orange tweed, another will-o'-the-wisp, a positive pet, a mushroom bookmark, a pickle from the pickle jar, a loaf unicorn, another will-o'-the-wisp, another pickle. The pickles did really well yesterday, which I'm so happy about because if you've been around here, you know the saga of the pickle jar. I'm happy that all the efforts, all of this man's efforts, were proven to be profitable yesterday. All right, after that pickle, I sold another baby dragon with the adoption certificate and carrier, 2 will-o'-the-wisps to the same people, another baby dragon. I keep saying baby dragon for NYX dragon, so just so you know, that's what I wrote it down as in my notebook, was baby dragon. Another leggy frog in green, another baby dragon, positive pet, 1 dumpster fire, a Totoro on a swing. I sold a blue Stardew Valley chicken and Jeff's stepbrother. We didn't really give him a name, but it's the big dragon that was the Fluffy Flex from Loops and Threads in the blue color with the purple wings. I sold him. A golden snitch, and finally the last sale of the day was another leggy frog in the rainbow. So that makes my total yesterday $940. Now that does not include food from yesterday. So $25 for lunch at Subway, and then I spent $10 on the boba at the end of the day, and that's all we had to eat or drink yesterday that we purchased. So that is $905 profit after food and drink yesterday. Wish us luck today. Well, we also need to see how the tent held up and how the plushies held up in the bags. I think that they're going to be fine, knock on wood, but I'll see you when we get there. Well, another day being absolutely soaked first thing out of the car. Luckily, this is what kilts were made for. So I'm holding the umbrella and the camera, but I can put this piece of fabric up over my head, and we did bring the umbrella, so keeping my hair dry at least for now, but we're already getting moist up in here. It's nipply out here, you guys. Ryan, are you wearing your kilt like a true Scotsman?
Of course.
I'm not. I got layers on layers on layers, and I'm still cold right now. It's even worse today. Why have they been letting cars drive on this? How is it? I mean, people are just going for it, and that's a classic Midwesterner there. It's below freezing and we're in basketball shorts. Fortunately, I am wearing closed-toed waterproof shoes today. And I don't want to slip and fall.
Don't slip and fall? Fall.
We got some nice big puddles right in front of our booth, but our canopy is still holding up. All right, well, it is currently about 9 o'clock. We've got about an hour before supposedly people come, but we'll see if that's the case. My sporran fell off into the mud. And this is why I didn't do my hair or makeup. I mean, I did put on eyeshadow and mascara and lipstick, but all of my foundation would have been washed away. This is miserable, you guys. I kind of just want to go home. You look so cute with your wet hair. You're looking like a real Scottish Highlander today.
Right.
Except we got dye all over the collar from something you were carrying in the rain. But that's
that may have been the cooler when I was getting out of the car.
Okay.
Anyways,
what's up?
so I was starting to say that there was a booth on that main row, which is like super bad. They bought like, I think 2 bales of hay and were putting it all around like their booth. And I heard him complaining to someone being like, I spent $100 just to try to make like these conditions better so that way like guests can actually get into their booth. And I don't know who he was complaining to. It may have been like someone actually works here, because he's like, this is unacceptable, like why is this not being fixed? And
the fact that the organizers are doing absolutely my hair has gotten worse in the last 5 minutes.
Like
the fact that they're not doing anything. Yes, this is a farm first and foremost. Like, I get that they can't do anything permanent, but like it's a farm, so I'm sure that they have hay for the horses. The least they could do is put some of the hay. Like it is actually a legitimate safety hazard.
Yeah.
Yes. It's not just for keeping your cute shoes clean. It's like I was slipping and sliding,
and you have boots that are made for swaps.
Yes. So.
Yeah, it's bad.
Unacceptable on the account of the event organizers, in my opinion.
And like, they can't control the weather. I know that, but like,
I can't control the weather, Jackie.
But like, they can still help to improve. Like, they know that.
Yes.
Like,
yeah.
Did you already say that 2 cars got stuck this morning?
Oh no, we parked illegally. I don't know if they're going to want to tow us or something, but I'll throw a BF if that's the case, because we couldn't get into the parking lot because it was so soupy mud
already, and there was only like 20 cars in
yes
there
and as we were pulling in, 2 cars already got stuck in the mud and had to be like pushed to get into the parking lot. So
we're like, you know what, hey, we're gonna park illegally, and worst case scenario, they don't have to pull out our car. So
I mean, it's not illegal. We're on a private farm, so it's not like illegally against like state law, illegally to the event where they don't want us parking. This is what the inside of our booth looks like this morning. All of my plushies got wet and damaged. No. I've lost about $300 in inventory to damage. That's just so far. We've only gone through 2 bags. Mushy guy looks like Taylor Swift with his backup dancer Rats.
I spy a celestial redhead making her way back from a brave trip around the Ren Fair.
I'm very wet.
That's what she said.
We have a lot of worm loiterers in the tent today. Hey, if you're not gonna spend any money, get out of the tent. It's like a worm orgy in here. Look at all of them. Okay, it is currently 10:48. I've already sold 3 items. So we sold a soot sprite on a swing. Those are getting a lot of attention. A chicken nugget. My mom is texting me, sorry. And a baby dragon, adoptable baby dragon. And you know what's interesting is I have not done an adopt a critter for a single child. Then again, there's not a lot of kids here. Even on student day, there weren't a lot of kids here. And if they were here, they were without their parents, without any money. I guess they just came to look around. But every single adopt a creature I have sold with the little carrier and adoption certificate has been to an adult. I was expecting for a lot more kids to be here, and I was kind of targeting toward like the adoption certificate thing with them. So I've just been putting the adoption certificates, rolling them up, and then sticking them inside of the carriers. And then since they're adults, customers, letting them fill it out on their own at home. I don't need to write it in for them. And I know a lot of people like to use like fancy fountain pens and do script fonts and all of that stuff for their critter. So the good news is that it is brightening up, getting a little bit more sunny. It's still very cold and quite windy, but the rain has gone away, at least for now. So I am hungry because we did not eat any breakfast. So Ryan and I are sitting here deciding if we want to send one of us out into the real world to get food. I don't know. What do we decide, Ryan?
If we get food now, we're going to be hungry again later. So then we're either going to have to rely on the food trucks, which those were a nightmare yesterday.
They're literally only 3 food trucks.
Yeah.
So this goes back to the whole complete disorganization of this event because of the weather, which again, they can't control. But they're doing absolutely nothing to mitigate, to help the extreme hazards for not only cars, but humans walking in the mud and slipping and sliding. There's no first aid booth here, by the way. I've never been to a Renaissance festival that there's no first aid. The parking lot is such a disaster with mud that food trucks have gotten stuck and they can't get in to the venue. So there's only 4 food trucks, actually. There's the corn guy, the mini donut person, the boba, which isn't food because they were sold out of all of their food yesterday, so just drinks, and then the smoker guy. 4 things to eat for this supposedly 30,000 people event, and vendors are upset, needless to say. So for right now, I think I'm just gonna snack on what we brought, and we'll send one of us out for lunch later. My Subway was really good. I might want Subway again. That was very, very filling for me, and it was nice and warm. Those meatballs, so warm, so delightful. So we might do that again for lunch. I don't know. But I'm going to sit and crochet for a little bit, and I will update you guys, obviously, as we go throughout the day. Oh, I should do a little tour for you because we did change some things today. So we left one side up today just to keep it warm inside of the booth. So we still got our greenery up, but we cut the dragons down like I showed you yesterday. This is just very slightly different. I just turned this box here, and this side keeps blowing and almost knocking that over. And the last thing that I need is for all of these plushies to go into the mud. So we had to pull it forward off the table for a little bit so I don't have much room down below, but that's okay. We've got Chunky Unicorn and Pickle Jar over here. I need to organize this. I just kind of sat stuff there temporarily. So we've got the checkout station is the exact same. And then over here, I put some different stuff out here today. Some more like smaller one-off items over here instead of the Shrek and the Gingy because they weren't getting a lot of attention. And then obviously, since we have this side up, I can't put those facing out. So they are facing in now. Oh my gosh, they look great. Let me get out of their way. So yes, that's the booth for today. Oh my gosh, you guys, I just ran to the bathroom, which by the way, all of the porta potties are completely flooded. I had to tinkle with my feet in water. Luckily, I am wearing shoes meant for the swamp. But while I was gone, Ryan sold the Luma. Why is it that every time I leave, we have a big sale?
Yeah, you just need to leave. And let me on the booth.
I know, because so close. Because every single time I leave, something big sells. So we sold the Luma for $30. There are all of my dolls that look so bare without the Luma. I gotta move everybody over here. Korok's gotta stay with Zelda. Put out my cactus. Also, I talked about doing a potential subscriber giveaway for the cactus, but I think I'm going to make something special for a giveaway, but we're not going to do a giveaway till we reach 10,000 subscribers. So, if you're watching this and you're not yet subscribed, hit that subscribe button, smash it, slap it like it owes you money. And look at this for when I get cold. We're twinning. Now that the sun is out, I'm actually quite warm in my kilt. I hope this isn't cultural appropriation. I don't think it is. Both Ryan and I are Scottish. He is actually a lot more Scottish than I am. Fun fact for you, Ryan is a direct descendant of Sir Francis Drake and also of David Hume. Yes, they are related. We found that out through a DNA test. And that's pretty cool. I'm a little bit jealous that Ryan's more Scottish than me. My heritage is mostly like a bag of white bread. But you know what? I am Scottish, not because I live in Scotland, but because Scotland lives in me. I didn't write that, but I'm going to claim that I did. Do we have even more casualties? Oh, he was like the silica gel packet of the tote.
Yeah, hopefully.
Ryan is doing some consolidating of the totes and he's going to make a trip back out to the car to put some away and hopefully prevent any more water damage. A lot of our vendor neighbors are putting down wood chips to absorb some of the moisture because all of our booths are swamps and people are pissed off. And my friend Becca across the way in the mushroom tent, she was telling me that somebody had posted on the Facebook group. There's like multiple Southern Indiana Renaissance Fair Facebook groups, and there's a fans of page. Somebody posted on that yesterday saying that they were very disappointed with the lack of food trucks and food options because they're advertising this to be Indiana's largest Renaissance Fair, and they're like, there's only 4 food options, one of which is all drinks and one of which is donuts, and one of which is just corn. So she sends me this screenshot that the actual Renaissance Festival organizer posted that says, anonymous poster, you are not anonymous to the page admins. Any more derogatory remarks toward our fair that are not true, you will be permanently blocked from all of our pages. We do not talk bad about your fair. We expect the same. About your fair? I'm confused. I missed the drama. I was not part of this. But this just goes to show how the organizers of this event are handling constructive criticism toward their event. So I might get in major trouble for posting this video, but that's fine. I don't plan on coming back here ever again. And I have freedom of speech because I'm an American citizen. So I'm going to say this was a shit show. I am an able-bodied young person, and I just jacked up my knee from slipping in the mud. I didn't fall, but I just kind of slipped. My leg kind of turned weird, and now my knee hurts, which is why I'm sitting here while Ryan's doing all the work. And yeah, it is a safety hazard. Like I said, there's no first aid tent. The food situation is awful. The mud situation, all the vendors are going out and buying their own stuff to put down. It's just, the organizers are doing this la 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 and just paying no attention to anything that both the vendors and the customers have to say. This is a $25 event for people to get into, and they're paying $25 just to come walk around in the mud, and there's no food options. Half of the vendors are not even here today. They just packed up their tents this morning and left. I did get a few sales this morning, so I'm very fortunate about that, but there's not many people. That's our vendor neighbor, so like there's nobody out here, and it's lunchtime. Maybe they're all waiting in line at the 2 food options that there are, or maybe they're stuck in the parking lot because they can't get through the mud. Well, I've only made 4 sales today, but I've made $95, so that's already better than the first day. Another casualty. Oh no.
Big boy, strawberry turtle.
Oh my gosh.
And I already dabbed him up a little bit, but I don't have one pair picked all with me, but
at this point, I've lost over $1,000 of inventory to damage. I had to put on Jamie because I'm a little chilly again.
Don't act like you're upset about Jamie on you.
Did you just hear Ryan? He said, don't act like you're upset about Jamie on you. Here, I'll take it. I just sold an angry pickle out of my pickle jar and one of Ryan's dice bags, a little pink dice bag. I don't know if it was the one with the cherries or the one with the flower, but he used the Trubu yarn, I think. No, Kabu, the cotton bamboo yarn. So they're super, super soft. So that was the first dice bag that sold, which I was expecting to do a lot better at an event like this. And the Soot Sprite car swings are getting so much attention. I have them priced at $30, which might be a little bit high, but they are still selling. So, and then what doll was she interested in, Ryan? Did you see? One person came in and said that she pointed to one of the dolls, but I couldn't tell if it was Anya or Zelda, but she said I don't get paid till tomorrow. So she took a card and hopefully she'll reach out and maybe purchase one of my dolls. But I said that they're all going to POPcon Indy. So if she happens to be at POPcon Indy, then we can do the trade then. But doing okay. I am very hungry. I'm thinking at this point in time, we just skip breakfast and get lunch. There's a few more that are being added to the timeout pile.
This one's at least dark, so it will hide well, but it'll still need some touching up. The white.
I'm gonna need to research how to clean mud and dirt off of white yarn. I've lost so much money in inventory, and I think most of it will be able to be cleaned, but I don't know. I took that pickle home last night and did try to clean it. I think I got it kind of clean, but the problem was that I really had to scrub because that mud was in there, and when I do that and the plushie's wet, the stitches stretch, and so then I get holes. So I'll do some research. I'm sure you guys are going to leave me comments about how to clean plushies, but I'm also sure that there's a million YouTube videos out there, so I'll do some research. Probably Dawn dish soap, maybe a Tide pen, vinegar. I don't know. I'll look into it though. I'm so cold. Are you the person who didn't comment a sunshine? I'm blaming this on you. It's been about an hour and no more sales. Ryan's off to get lunch. I am working on a secret project that I'm not telling y'all about, but I'm using up my posh. A lot of people are complaining about the weather and about the mud, and a lot of lookers, well, not a lot. I've had like 5 people come in the tent and look, but alas, no sales. No, not my posh. I just sold 2 Junimos, a purple and a green, which is funny because yesterday I also sold a purple and a green Junimo, so I guess those just happen to be the most popular colors. But other than that, haven't made any more sales. It is currently 1 p.m. We've got 5 more hours here, and there is like almost nobody. More lookers than buyers. This chair is an absolute disaster. Normally I'm so organized at markets, but this weather and how disastrously dirty everything is making me so unmotivated to do anything but just sit here and try to stay warm and scroll Instagram on my phone. I know, very Renaissance-y. Oh boy, we got a lot of people looking. Will we make any sales though? I did sell a few things, sold 4 things. A cat keychain, a chicken nugget, a loaf cat and a golden snitch, and I smell Subway, so I think Rai is back with lunch. Hey, while you're over there, can you fix the chickens for me? Yeah, some little heathens were throwing them around. Yep. And we made no sales until like just as you got back. So I think you're the good luck charm. I think that I need to leave and go like sit in the car all day because you're always the one to make the sales.
Oops. Okay, so on my way, or when I got back, there was the parking attendant, the same guy that's been out there all weekend. Feel sorry for him. He was standing like at the entrance to the farm.
I just realized that you have sauce all over your shirt.
Yeah.
You're a hot mess. Anyways, continue.
Actually, it's not sauce. I got into a battle on my way into the parking lot.
That's what we'll go with.
Yes, there we go. So he was standing out by the entrance of the farm and telling people to go across the street to a different farm because all the parking was supposedly full in like the farm that this is at. And he's like, we're not letting anybody on the mud pit. And I said, okay, that's fine. I'm not going to go there. He's like, well, all the pavement's full. And I'm like, do you mind if I go check? Because I'm a vendor. I really don't want to have to pull a wagon and a tent and everything all the way out. He's like, you can check, but there's not going to be anything. There was something. But that being said,
there was something?
Yeah, there was. Yeah, there was like 3 parking spaces. Whatever. But yeah, so we are pretty close, but there are cars everywhere. Anywhere that there's like pavement.
So we're gridlocked in.
No, I parked up against a fence by the barn, so
we're not gridlocked in.
Correct.
But a lot of people
There's
are.
definitely some people that are
Was there a lot of people trying to get in?
No.
Was there a lot of people out toward the entrance?
Not nearly as much as yesterday. Like yesterday when I went and got lunch, like the food truck lines were crazy long. Today they're not crazy long.
Yeah,
like,
there's nobody.
There's definitely a lot less people today than there were yesterday. So
well, at least we have our nice hot sandwiches.
Yeah.
I got lipstick and tomato sauce on my boob. And it looks like it's starting to rain again, but I need to tinkle. We're going to venture to the front and see how much of a mess the mud is up here. Oh my gosh, that is deep mud. That just almost went over my boot. Let's go underneath the tent stakes here. So it looks like this vendor put down hay to their booth, but why is that truck just sitting there? Like literally right in the way of where people can walk, not in mud. I am so disappointed with this event. There is a fudge vendor right there, so after I tinkle, we gotta come back and traverse this to go get some fudge because Ryan's gonna want some peanut butter fudge. He's a peanut butter fella. Oh my gosh, they have coffee right here and it smells so good. Why can't they open this pasture up and let cars park in there? There's a gate right over on the other side. Yeah, there are not a lot of people out here by the entrance. Not a lot. I just came back to the booth to get some money for fudge, and there was a couple here and they were just like, you made all of these? And I was like, yeah, and they were so nice. Jared and Lindsay were their names. If you happen to be watching this, shout out to you guys, because they were just like oohing and ahhing, and they were like, okay, we need to buy something just to show you how appreciated you are for bringing the fair your goods. And like, it was so sweet. They're like, you have a God-given talent. And that was just so amazing and validating to hear. You know, you all are telling me it all the time, how good my stuff is, for lack of a better term. I'm sounding very narcissistic right now, but hopefully you get what I mean. It's nice to know that all of the thousands of hours that I put in to my work does not go unnoticed. And Ryan told me that yesterday a couple of people came up and they told him, of all the crochet vendors that they've seen here, mine is the best, most high quality stuff. And that also means a lot, because, you know, I guess the term frenemies kind of applies here, where like, I love supporting other crochet artists and making friends with them and exchanging tips and stuff, but also we are in competition for sales, you know. But it meant a lot to say, like, of everybody else that they've seen here, that they think that my stuff is the best. It's giving me a big head, you guys. That was $20 for 2 little itty bitty pieces of fudge. I mean, fudge is already expensive, and I am happy supporting small businesses. I'm too tall to be maneuvering underneath tent stakes. Anyways, I got chocolate M&M, and I got Ryan a peanut butter. Okay, earlier I did forget about the 250 grill. Apparently they have grilled cheese. So these are the food options. We have boba, mini donuts, grilled cheeses, corn and lemonade, kettle corn, and then a smoker guy over there. So pulled pork and everything. Although when we went to get stuff on, what day was that? Friday, they were out of almost everything except for nachos. I got the last little bit of the mac and cheese on Friday. Ryan also ordered mac and cheese, but they had run out, so he got nachos instead. Also, something that I noticed, I've only seen 3 sword dealers. They put them, one right there and one in that building right there, right next to each other. They put me and 4 other crochet artists right next to each other. Was it just random where people were assigned and they paid no attention or gave any consideration whatsoever to putting people a part of the same craft?
I saved most of the boxes. These ones got a little bit of dirt.
So remember how I have that little turkey leg? Ryan was so excited to give it to a little baby who had a parent who was eating a turkey leg. And guess what? This is the first and only Renaissance fair that I've ever been to that has not had turkey legs. Also, I'm extra salty today because it is my baby's 7th month birthday. And instead of being home celebrating her and how big she's getting and taking pictures of her, I'm sitting here and in the cold, in the rain, and in the mud. And we were told that we are not allowed to pack up before, well, it says on the vendor application 6 p.m., but on the website and on the Facebook page it says 6:30 p.m. I'm going with what the contract says at 6, but I was told that we're not allowed to pack up before. Well, we just lost another sale because there are too many crocheters here. It starts to hurt more and more. Like I just said, I don't want to be here. And I'm sitting here filming and this family comes in and they're like, oh my gosh, I want this, but I only have this much money, but do I want this or do I want one of the things from the other crocheter? And I guess they ultimately decided to go get the other thing from the other crocheter. I suppose I just need to be grateful that I've made as much money that I have. And I realize that I'm being very salty and very not like myself. But as I said, I really don't want to be here. I miss my baby. I've been away from her for 3 days. I am 7 months today postpartum. My hormones are raging. I've gotten very, very little sleep. So put on your party hats. Welcome to my pity party. It's starting to rain again now too. So honestly, I'm not planning on coming back. So what are they gonna do if we pack up early and go home? This fudge is so good. It's about 3:30 p.m. and we're gonna pack up. I think we're gonna leave. It's going to be a slow pack up. We're going to take the time to really organize stuff into the totes so that it's easier for me to find stuff next time. But there's nobody here. It's a ghost town. Just lost yet another sale of a Sit Sprite on a swing because the customer had already purchased a Sit Sprite from the crocheter that's right at the entrance. She already has a crocheted item. Okay, so since we're about to pack up and leave, I thought I would do our daily recap. And I will just let you guys know if we sell any more. Happen to. Doubtful, but we'll see. So we sold a Sit Sprite car swing, a chicken nugget, a baby dragon, the Luma, a pickle, a dice bag, a cat keychain, another chicken nugget, a loaf cat, a golden snitch, a Pokeball, a Totoro on a swing, and a mushroom bookmark. So that makes $239 for today. We spent $50 on food and drink. So that is $189 net profit for today. I will do all of the calculations in the car and then let you know when we're on our way home, like for the entire weekend, what our expenses were and gross and the net profit. But yeah, we're going to start packing up here, I think. Part of me has FOMO, like I feel like the second that we leave there's going to be like a huge rush of people, but I need to be realistic with myself. Nobody's coming. Nobody wants to be here, and even if they did want to be here, they can't get into the freaking event. So yeah, I will check in with you guys when we're about packed up. Yeah, I came out here to walk around just to see if there's anybody. And yeah, there's nobody. But while we're out here, let's go listen to the pretty music. Oh my gosh, my kilt, you guys. Does your kilt hang low? Does it wobble to and fro? Can you tie it in a knot? Can you tie it in a bow? You probably can, if it's a traditional kilt. Okay, we just sold a white chicken. And here's how cleanup's going. Stuff is everywhere. My feet are looking real dirty. It is so deep in mud right here. And this is the only little pass-through we have to get to the outside. So I've been trying very hard not to fall on my ass all day right there. I honestly feel that the star of the show of this event has been our canopy. I mean, she is held up, you guys. She has endured. I will link it in my Amazon storefront thingy if you are interested in doing outdoor markets or getting a new canopy. It wasn't very expensive too. It was one of the cheaper ones, but I really like how the tip is pointy. That's what she said, because it helps like wick the water off, you know, at that steep angle. Rain falls off of it versus if you have a tent that's got more flat roof. So yeah, I will link it for you below. Literally anything that even remotely touches the ground just gets covered in mud. Luckily this is wipeable, but can't say that for any fabric or yarn item, which is not good for a stall like this. So of 6 body bags that I brought, I sold almost 1 full one. There are 3 of my dolls in here because I don't want to squeeze them into those. But I would say we sold 1 tote full of plushies at this event, which is a lot less than I was hoping to and anticipating to with how hard I went prepping for this. But as I said yesterday, on the bright side, that means that I have inventory for POPcon Indie, and I can just relax and crochet fun passion projects. As we've been packing up, maybe 3 people have walked past, so I don't feel bad at all about packing up early. Also, they never came and checked for the fire extinguisher. They said that they would be checking, but I did not actually see the event coordinator walk down this little pathway at any point, even though I saw her here multiple days this weekend. I don't think Ryan saw her either. Did anybody come and check?
No.
For fire extinguishers or come say hi to us or anything?
I never saw anyone from like the actual event like do
there are a lot of the volunteers. Let me say something. The volunteers are phenomenal. They were so kind, so helpful. So it is currently 4:30. Ryan just got back from the car, taking his first trip as I am going through and tallying things up. And he came back and said that the organizers are shutting it down at 5. So I'm glad that we started packing up early, but why would they end it early? Outside of it just being a complete flop. Hey, there's Becca, hi! It's actually about to start raining again, so I am going to stop talking and help Ryan get the canopy down and the tables put away. We'll go load the car, and then I will give you my recap of the best sellers and anything else that I want to tell you before I sign off on the video. It really sucks too, because all of our tent sides and legs and chairs and everything are so dirty that we're gonna have to now take the time to put everything out in our yard in front of our garage and hose everything down and then let it air dry before putting it all back away to be used for the next outdoor market. Well, this was certainly the experience. Look at, I'm kind of gonna miss this little worm cesspool mud pit. This tent was really easy. I got this far by myself to take it down, but I'm gonna wait for Ryan because I don't have the bag for it and I don't want to get it even more dirty than it already is. So there were 1, 2, 3 over there in the green, 4, 5, 6 crocheters right here. All right, one more table and we're out. Can't say that this was the best experience of my life. I'm way too dainty, way too demure to be in this much mud. I like being one with nature, but I don't like being in nature. Does that make sense? Well, that was probably the most miserable weekend of my life. I really jacked up my right knee, you guys. I was hobbling to the parking lot and Ryan was trying to pull my boot off so that I wouldn't get in the car with my shoes, and him just lightly tugging on my boot to get it off made my knee hurt so much that I cried. Now, I have very bad knees. I have had them bad knees since middle school. I was diagnosed with Osgood-Schlatter's. You can look it up if you want to, if you can spell it. But that didn't help anything. So besides getting maybe severely injured at this event, also did not make that much money. So I gave you my totals before we came out here to the parking lot. By the way, I did change out of my tartan and throw on a sweatshirt, which is why I'm in different clothes. But I did not tell you guys that, well, maybe I told you on Friday, I don't know. Ryan and I both took the day off work on Friday to be at this market. We only made $72 that day. So right off the bat, we were in like negative. So we need to tack on, I don't know, how much would you say we each make in a day, Ryan? We're gonna say combined $500. That could, I'm just pulling that number out of my butt. It could be way more or way less, I don't know. But we both took the day off work. So we're gonna need to take that out of our profits today too. So our next door vendor neighbor did come over toward the end as we were packing up and said that he had just heard that, feels good to sit down, huh?
It does. Oh.
We're exhausted.
Yeah.
Anyways, he said that he was just told through the grapevine, because everything for this event is just being told from the grapevine, through the Facebook page, through other vendors talking to people. I guess there's a Discord apparently, but the organizer's not telling anybody anything. And the reason that is, our neighbor told us, is because I guess a week before this event, the organizer unceremoniously quit. And you would think for an event, You would think for an event this large that they would have had everything in place ready to go weeks before, not the week before, and then been SOL when the organizer quit. And to clarify something, the person who I was in contact with, who I told you I was emailing back and forth with, I asked the crochet vendor question, asked how many people were going to be here, all that stuff. She apparently is the owner of the event, not the organizer, but she's the one who handles all of the applications, so she's kind of like the face of this event. Becca, the one in the mushroom tent, said that what she thinks happened is that anybody who vended here in any previous years, they did not have to go through the jury process, even though there was none, but their application was not even looked at. They were just automatically accepted in. So it was true that there were no new crochet vendors. However, all of the crochet vendors from all the previous years came back, and they didn't think to like check on that, or I don't know. Now I will say that they're having their event coordinator quit right before the start of this festival. That sucks. But I don't think that that's an excuse. Hopefully next year they have their shiitake together and it's a better event both for patrons and vendors. It's supposed to be like a little built up village with little roads and everything next year. I do not plan on coming back. I don't know if the booth fee is going to be higher. I'm sure that it will be if they're doing like hard-sided buildings, because they need to fund that somehow. But overall, this weekend was not worth our time, I don't think. And I am incredibly grateful for making the money that I did. I think that all of the footage that I got kind of speaks for itself with the time that I had. The money was not as good as it was worth suffering through this weekend. Does that make sense? But let's talk about the best sellers of the market. So definitely number one has got to have been the NYX Baby Dragon. I will post that pattern for you in the description box. Again, that is my pattern. It is available on my Etsy. It's only a few bucks. And if you do purchase it, thank you so much for your support. And if you like it, don't forget to go rate it 5 stars. And also post a picture on Etsy of your dragon, because I love seeing how creative y'all are with like the color combos and different yarns and stuff, and I appreciate you so much. But NYX Dragon was the best seller. Second to that would have to be the pickles, which I am so excited about, because if I'm looking at this event like glass half full, you know, those two items, the pickles and the little adopted creatures, were like the two biggest things that we have been working on for months on this channel for, and those were the two best sellers. So I'm very, very pleased to report that. Keychains did well.
Yeah.
Can't pinpoint like what keychain, because really it was just a hodgepodge of them. Putting them all in that little bin, I think people really like to dig through and, you know, see what they can find in there. In terms of items that were not necessarily best sellers but did get a lot of attention, there were a couple of those. Right at the front of the booth, I had the Stardew Valley chickens as well as the Junimo on the other side, and people loved them. They, like, people would run and be like, Junimo or chickens, they're so pudgy. So those were great for bringing people into the booth. Honorable mention to the dragon that was guarding the dragon eggs. Nobody really entertained buying him, but a lot of people gave him like a little head pat and was like, he's so cool, like I love him. I don't even know how many people looked at his price tag. I don't think many at all. They just kind of more admired him. The little dragon egg rattles, a lot of people picked those. In fact, most people who came into the booth or across, like past the booth, picked up the dragon egg rattles, and a couple people said like, oh, I wish I had a baby in my life because I would get this for them. So that was nice. I did only sell one of those, and I made a lot. I thought that they would sell a lot better. I thought that I priced them reasonably, especially with the extra cost of putting the rattle in them. But they might sell at another event. I think that they might do well at a convention. and maybe just even a normal market. I think as long as I have that dragon kind of protecting the eggs, if you will, even if it's not a themed market, it'll still get the point across that they're dragon eggs and they still might sell. Critters on Swings were another one that so many people kind of ran over to, specifically the soot sprites. And I think it's because I use eyelash yarn on my soot sprites, so it's different than just like a little black ball of yarn. It almost doesn't look like yarn. It looks like a little urchin thing. So people were really drawn to those. I think I sold 3 of 6, which I think is good. At Comic-Con, they got like no attention, but it could have been how I had my display set up with them hanging there, but they got a ton of attention. Also, Perry the Platypus, tons and tons of attention. Almost everybody who came in the booth picked him up, and he was another one where people would like beeline to the booth because they saw the little platypus sign from, you know, like down the ways and run up and pick him up. A lot of people asked if I had hats for him, which I did not, but that is very easy for me to make some little hats, sew them on, and then sell them at POPcon. And I think that they will fly with the little hats. But as many people looked at him, not a single person bought him. And I think it might have been because I priced him too high, because I had it still at my Comic-Con prices, which I said are higher, but my Perrys for Comic-Con were a different style. They were like sitting upwards and they had the hats and they flew. They sold like hotcakes at $18, whereas these ones weren't smaller, but they were horizontal, so they, I guess to the human eye, they might look a little bit smaller, if that makes any sense, but they did not sell at all. But they did get a lot of attention and get people into the booth. Other than that, I don't really think that there's any other honorable mentions for things that people loved. A lot of people said Corpse Bride, like they saw the Emily doll, they admired her. A lot of Zelda fans, which I fully anticipated. Many of them knew that my the white like Chinese dragon looking dragon was inspired by Zelda, and of course my Zelda doll, the Korok, all of those things. A lot of fans of Zelda. So I don't think that there's any other things that I can mention, but of course as I'm editing this video I'm probably going to be like, oh, I should have mentioned that. So oh well, if I think of something I'll just tell you in the next video. So make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so that you can be notified when I post a video and get more information that I am forgetting to tell you about this market. So for me to personally consider an event a success, if you will, I need to make at least 10 times my booth fee. Now my booth fee for this event was $125, which means I would have needed to make $1,250, and we're talking bare minimum. I just barely made that by $30. So for me, meeting like the bare minimum of a event success normally means I'm not going to put it on my calendar to do it again in the future. Now, everybody is different in terms of what they consider a successful market, but that is it for me. You might think that that is high, like 10 times or 20 times your booth fee is high of, you know, what you consider successful. But keep in mind that I have to take time away from my family and my baby to do these markets. So I am very picky and choosy. I'm very selective because I learned early on, unfortunately, that doing little craft shows does not make you money. And for me personally, I would much rather be at home binge watching my favorite show, sitting on the couch, hanging out with my family, going shopping, doing a myriad of other things instead of sitting behind a table to make $20 a day. So that's just me. Well, we are going to stop at the gas station so that we can go wash our grubby little hands because we've been in and out of porta potties all day and touching money and everything and have not been able to wash our hands a single time today. So we're gonna do that and then head home and give our baby some snuggles. So before I say goodbye to you, I need to give a huge, gigantic, endless thanks to the members of the Cosmic Couch Club. You guys keep this little galaxy spinning. If you're interested in joining the couch, there's always room for you. There's a link in the description box down below. And also a thank you again to all of the subscribers who came out and saw me. You definitely made the weekend worth it. Yeah. Thank you. It means the world to me. Like, I can't even put it into words. Thank you guys so much for watching this very long video. Hopefully you got some work done. Leave me a comment and tell me what you finished, hopefully, or have been working on while you've had this video playing in the background. Okay, I will see you on the next one. Bye-bye.